Out of the gates and ready to go. Welcome in to Seahawks Today's live coverage of the first round of the 2024 NFL Draft. Tyler Jones here with you. So glad to have you with us as we are just 1 hour away from the draft officially getting underway from Detroit. The Seattle Seahawks will be on the clock with the 16th overall pick. We will be live throughout the night, all the way through the Seahawks pick, and if they trade down, then we'll stay live for even longer than that and wait for that pick to happen. But what a great night that we have ahead here on the channel. Tyler Smith is here with me as well. We'll bring him in coming up in just a few moments. But as you guys file in and we get this show started, shout out your city. Let us know where you're watching from, and we'll shout you out as we are ready to go. Man, we've been waiting for this, haven't we? What a night ahead as we begin the Mike Macdonald era in Seattle. How will things change for this franchise? John Schneider is still the GM, of course, but what about building this team in the image of Mike Macdonald? Tonight we're going to get a glimpse of what that looks like with the first step here in round one. I got Harlech in Salem, Oregon. I got the one and only John Smith in St. Petersburg, Florida. Rainwater Games, says TJ, all dressed up fancy with his contractually obligated suit jacket. Very nice, very nice. Looking sharp, TJ. You clean up nice. Get ready to get drunk. We'll see. Thanks for that. Mr. Ray Dustin in Canada. Got Ian, one of the two, in Seattle. Sosa in Wilmington, North Carolina. Got Bray in Averill, Indiana. Got Hundle in Shawnee, Oklahoma, the great state of Oklahoma, my home state. I got Eric in Washington, Neil in California. I got Rainwater Gaines in Granite Falls, Washington, Gary in Winslow, Arizona. Standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona, that is. Theo in Tacoma. Got John in Glasgow. Got Bo in Washington. Nelly in Everett. I got SJ in Green River. Liam in Hawaii. William in Jackson, Wyoming. Helen in Phoenix, Arizona. Old Fish Guy in Stanwood, Washington. I got Carl in Tacoma. Sosa in Wilmington. Garrett in Hoover. Steph in Omak. Ken in Spokane. Young in DuPont. I got Paul in Riverton. I got Michael in Jacksonville. Gustavo in Portugal. C-Fan in Albany. Let's see, we got Alan in Granbury. So-Win says looking sharp. Thank you. Austin in Vancouver. El Presidente in Seattle. And more checking in as we get this show rocking and rolling. The big question entering tonight, will the Seattle Seahawks stay with the number 16 overall pick, or will they trade down? We've heard that the Seahawks are open for business, that anything is on the table as far as tonight goes. They could stay with that number 16 pick. They could try to trade down and get some more picks for later on, but will there be a player that they can't say no to at 16? Will there be an offer they can't say no to that they end up trading down from? That remains to be seen tonight. What do you guys think? Why for yes, in for no? Will the Seahawks trade down? It's our poll question right now. Over 200 votes, and we're split right down the middle, 50-50. And if you watched our video this morning, what did I tell you? That it was about a 50% chance that I think the Seahawks trade down. Smitty, hanging out here with me. We'll bring him in once he's ready. Smitty, this has been the million-dollar question we have asked all week. Will the Seahawks trade down or not? First and foremost, good to see you, my friend. Secondly, though, I'll be consistent with this. It all depends for me how that board shakes out. I think it is a 50-50 call right now, though.
I agree with you, Tyler. And by the way, 12, so glad to see everybody here getting hyped. It's the most optimistic day of the year for football fans, unless, of course, your team's in the big game, the Super Bowl. But today is like the Super Bowl for a lot of teams who aren't going to make that big game. Seattle in a unique position there, dead center of the middle of the first round. We've heard there's a lot of teams willing to trade up. Seattle looks like a team with a lot of holes, so they could be willing to trade down, maybe pick up a second-round pick. I would have to go with, at the moment, I do believe they are going to trade down there into the early to mid-20s. That's my gut feeling. But hey, if there's a player that they cannot refuse on the board there at 16, i.e. a Brock Bowers, a Quinyon Mitchell, I think they got to go ahead and pull the trigger there. The Seahawks have already stated, Bob Condata actually reported earlier this evening that Seattle is open to any and all possibilities, and they're looking at the way that this draft is going to play out, any developments that occur, trends that teams are making here early on. So it's going to kind of be a game-time decision. That's why Tyler says, and he's correct, that it's a 50-50 shot.
Yeah, I lean towards yes, but I think somebody's going to slip tonight. Somebody, one of these top prospects, whether it's a Quinyon Mitchell or a Dallas Turner or Brock Bowers or Byron Murphy, somebody is going to be available that we weren't expecting at 16, and that could change up everything for the Seattle Seahawks with that 16th overall pick. Let us know what you think. Y for yes, N for no. Will the Seahawks trade down from 16? So far, split 50-50 in the chat right now if the Seahawks will trade down or not. Before we go any further in today's show, let's tell you about today's sponsor. That is Game Time. Game Time, the place to go for last-minute tickets for the best seats and the lowest prices guaranteed. Whether you're looking for tickets to sporting events, concerts, theater productions, comedy shows, and more. Maybe it's for Seattle Mariner tickets. Maybe in a couple weeks, once the NFL schedule gets released, you're going to be getting your Seattle Seahawks tickets as well. Whatever it may be. Choose the event you want to go to. They got the prices listed. Then you choose your seat. See if you like that seat or not. Look for a flash deal that you might stumble upon. And then from there, you're checking out with Apple Pay, Google Pay, Venmo, all major credit card providers. Download Game Time today. Use the promo code ChatSports, and we'll give you $20 off your first purchase when you download Game Time today. The link is going in the chat right now. It's also in the comments and description of today's video. $20 off, promo code ChatSports. Download Game Time today. Terms and conditions do apply. Game Time, proud partner of Seahawks Today by Chat Sports. Glad to have them on board tonight and helping us support the show here on Seahawks Today. So, with the draft just around the corner, who will the Seahawks select? Who do you want the Seahawks to select? Go ahead and spam that name in the chat right now. And the more you spam that player's name, the more likely it is that I think the Seahawks draft the player that you want. So, let's see. We'll shout out everybody that puts a name in the chat right now. Let us know a player you want the Seahawks to draft. And it doesn't have to be a first-round guy either. If there's somebody that you want the Seahawks to draft coming up later on in one of these day 2 or day 3 picks, let us know. Let's check in the chat right now. Bray says Penix. John Smith says Penix. Brave says Penix. Phobia says no Penix, offensive line. Garrett says Tyler. Give us your top 3 people you'd realistically want at 16. I'll get to that later, I promise. Let's see. I see Penix. Robert says Bo Nix. Garrett says Murphy. BB, Penix. Rainwater Game says Penix. I'm under your bed. Whoa, says Penix or Murphy. Space says, I missed that actually. Just rolled off before it was gone there. D. Weller says Penix. BB. Zach Zinger, let's see. C-Fan for Life says Bowers. Gordon Webb says Murphy.
A lot of Penix in the chat right now.
I'm seeing a lot of Penix truthers. They have showed up tonight. And Smitty, I'll say this. Penix, a couple weeks ago, seemed like it was a foregone conclusion that his stock was going to be a second-round pick. But over the last couple weeks, we've seen his stock really start to soar. And now there's potential. He might not even be available when the Seahawks pick at 16. He might go to the Raiders at 13.
I could definitely see it going down that way. It's very funny. It's been peaks and valleys for Michael Penix Jr. stock over the past couple of weeks because you think about back to national championship time. Everybody's like, oh, Penix is a gunslinger. Penix could be going top 10 in this draft. Then, about a month ago, he was a consensus second-round pick. Now he's back there in the top half of first-round mocks for a lot of experts out there. And it's going to be interesting to see where he could go. He could go as late as, 28, 29, say the Raiders, or somebody trades back into the first round to nag Penix and secure that fifth-year option. But who knows? He could go in that 13th spot to Las Vegas, or he could go to 11 to another team trading up or something like that. He is the most volatile player in this first round, in my opinion.
Yeah, looking at the chat, the majority saying Penix. John Smith says Cooper Beebe is my late-round crush. I like Cooper Beebe a lot. That could be a good fit for Seattle. Let's see. Murphy says Gordon. Tristan says Murphy. Garrett says Zach Zinter. Let's see. What else we got here? Kay says Kevin Erickson. Penix. DB says, I hope we trade our pick and get Micah Parsons. I don't see that happening. Let's see. Some others here. Tip Riemann, the tight end from Illinois, says old fish guy. El Presidente says no Penix. It seems to me, I'll say this before we move on real quick, Smitty, is that there is a divide. It's either the camp loves Penix or says no Penix whatsoever. It is splitting this fan base.
I wholeheartly agree. I mean, we have a lot of Penix truthers, but there's probably an equal number that are like, hell no, Penix. Like, it's crazy how divided the fan base is on him.
Yeah, it's something else for sure. Continuing to see what you guys have to say of who you want the Seahawks to draft. Noah says Penix. Steve John says Penix. Mason says Penix. JTB Voodoo says we don't need Penix. We need interior players. So Byron Murphy. Christopher says trade down. Yeah. Chat very split between Penix or no Penix. One way or the other way. Might have to make that the poll question coming up in a bit. Draft Michael Penix, yes or no? Because you guys are very divided when it comes to Michael Penix. Brandon says, I even hope we trade up for Penix. Guy's a stud. El Presidente says Sam Howell truther. DP says, I don't know why we'd get Penix when we had Geno and Sam Howell. Bray says Bo Nix, maybe. I'm completely out on Bo Nix. No thank you whatsoever. I feel about Bo Nix the same way that some of you truthers feel about Michael Penix. I can live with Michael Penix being the draft pick. Bo Nix, if he's the pick tonight, I'm going to sit here and be pissed off. I'm going to tell you that right now. Lizard says Dallas Turner. C-Fan for life, anyone but Hal for the future. Okay, so got a lot of different answers there. Now, let's shift gears. You guys know what we do on game days. This is like a game day here on Seahawks Today. We're going to treat it as such. This is going to be like the watch parties you see on Sundays here on the channel. We want you to get rowdy in the chat as if you are at Lumen Field. I know you're not. You're sitting at home, you're watching us, or wherever you may be watching. Get in that chat and spam S. I want to see as many as we can over this next minute. Smitty's going to shout out all the S's in the chat. And this helps out our algorithm.
I'll do my best.
We already got 250-plus people watching. We can get even more than that if we get YouTube's attention to push this stream out to more people. So do your part. Let's make our voices heard loud and clear and get as many S's as we can and see who's going to be the early favorite to be MVP on today's show. So here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Here we go. We got Garrett Page, D. Weller, Bray, DP Breaks. I am Fetty Boy. Come on. Justin Ramus. They're going so quick. You better keep spamming them so I find your name. Kazi, Apollo Trulove, Gavin Eastis, Jeff. Come on, keep it going. I don't need to see the same names over again. C-Fan for life. Phobia, DP Breaks, Dave Kramer, Alberto Molina, CDTV, John Smith, The Godfather. Here we go. Christopher Chrome, Steve John, Ruben, WK Football Shorts, Christopher Chrome, Alberto, Jeff, Bray, Sosa. Oh my God, the chat's going absolutely
20 seconds to go. Keep going. Keep going
right now. Rainwater Games, Robert Reed, Hank the Tank, Bray, C-Fan for life, beat up. It's NFL Draft, baby. 45 minutes
10
away.
seconds.
Jamal Crawford's in the chat.
10
Crossover.
seconds. Finish
Jay Crossover's here. The man himself is here. Jared Solver, Sosa Senpai, Space, beat up, Garrett, Jasper, Steve John, Noah Berry, Ruben, D. Weller, Apollo. Oh my goodness. You guys are absolutely dominating here at Seahawks Today. It's draft day. Let's get optimistic. Let's get hype. Let's get this chat pumping. Let's make it a party.
I love the energy in the chat as we're fired up. We're just over 40 minutes away from the start of the 2024 NFL Draft.
And another thing that helps out our chat as well, helps out the stream as a whole. We want as many Seahawks fans, we want as many football fans who are interested in who Seattle is going to take at 16 in this stream right now, we need you guys to go on ahead and hit that like button. It's like when you're a guest at somebody's house. You got to take off your shoes first. You come into the stream,
yes.
You hit the thumbs up icon. It is very helpful to our stream tonight to help us make this as big a success and as big a party for all you guys as possible. We want as many opinions down in the chat as we can have.
We're at 60 likes right now. When we get to 100, I'm going to crack open my first beer of the night. Got a Miller Lite, fine Pilsner beer right here.
Woo!
But we need to get to 100 likes first. I got nearly 300 people watching. I'm not even asking for half the chat to like the video. If you want Seattle to have a great draft, do your part. Like the video. Don't jinx it. If you don't like the video, then I hear John Schneider's going to make some bad picks. So don't even risk it. Don't even chance it. Don't be the reason why John Schneider screws up this draft because you didn't do your part and like the video. Help us get to 100 likes right now. 14 more. 14 more, and we're cracking open that Miller Lite and getting our first cheers.
Like the video, or John Schneider drafts a running back at 16. John Schneider's going to draft a running back. Trey Benson's going to be a Seahawk.
Don't say so. Say it isn't so.
Make sure it doesn't happen.
That's the only way you can stop it from happening. The power's in your hands.
You know he wants to. You know he wants to.
4 more. 4 more. Like it up. Like it up. 4 more. There we go. Let's crack her open, shall we? Miller Lite. Oh, one of the best domestic beers out there. I'm going to call an audible here. Let's go ahead and go to the Super Chat menu. Folks, let's show you how you can get involved in Beyond Tonight's show. We have our Super Chat menu, as we have our first couple Super Chats already coming in before we even get to the menu. Let's show you what you're buying before we get to these Super Chats here. Actually, we're going to go to the Super Chats first, and then we'll go to the Super Chat menu, show you what we're offering today. Here's our first couple Super Chats to get the night started, setting the tone early. Phobia with a $10 Super Chat. Thank you, Phobia. Says cheers, boys. Cheers to you, Phobia. Let's have ourselves a night. Go Hawks. And Phobia, you are entered to win a raffle ticket for a Seahawks tumbler. I'm actually going to open this right now so you guys can see for yourselves. Every $10 Super Chat tonight. We'll find out. Every $10 Super Chat tonight gets you entered to win this tumbler as I pull this out in real time. Here it is. Look at that. That's awesome. We're going to do a drawing at the end of the night. Close enough. Every $10 Super Chat gets you entered to win this tumbler that we will give away at the end of the evening. So, and you can buy as many raffle tickets as you want. You can buy 10, 50, 100, I don't care. Get you more entries to win this tumbler we'll give away at the end of the night. And I got to already catch up and write some names down. So that first one that came in was from Phobia. Phobia, thank you for that. Thanks for that $10 Super Chat there. Taker says, can Aiden Dirty make Chop into Micah Parsons 2.0? I think Chop's going to be very good. I can't put him in Micah Parsons territory.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of Chop hype actually from different draft analysts over the past day or so. Don't see him. He is slipping out of round 1 being a massive mistake by a lot of teams. The top Robinson is potentially the best defensive player in the draft. Especially so because he is very pro. He's got lots of work on, but they're saying that his first step is so quick that it's something you can't see at the next level. So very excited to see what Top Robinson does.
And then another one. And it is a
First time Super Chat. This one coming in from Ruben James Hernandez. Ruben. Seahawks.
saying they can't hear you.
Yep, I know. I was that was silly of me. I was muted for
Smitty, turn your damn mic on.
I'm sorry, I'm talking a bunch. I'm an idiot. Oh my goodness.
Ruben, thanks for that. You are entered to win the tumbler. Got some more super chats rolling in.
All right, after Ruben, here we go. We got D. Weller coming
D. Weller with a $5 super chat says, "Can you see us trade out of the first round?" They have too many holes to trade out. I could see the Seahawks trading down, but trading out I think is unlikely.
I would like to pick up a second-round pick, but not at the expense of getting out of the first round. That's not the camp that I'm a part of.
Yeah. All right. Another $10 super chat coming in.
I don't believe it's a first-timer.
No, it's just a thank you.
Oh, super thanks. Shout out to...
Much appreciated. The pair character.
Fizonius? Yeah, Fizonius. Sounds good to me, because that GN makes a sound.
Fizonius, much appreciated with that $10 super chat. And much love. You are entered to win the tumbler. Then we got 2 raffle tickets for Gordon Webb.
G-Webb, what up, baby?
Gordon Webb, let me write you down here for 2 entries. As Gordon Webb says, Murphy is going to be the man.
Yeah, he's going to be the man when he's wearing Seahawks blue next year.
I would have no complaints tonight if we sit here and Byron Murphy's the pick. But the way his stock is skyrocketing, he might not even be available when the Seahawks pick at 16.
Agreed. He could be a Raider there at 13 as well.
With that 20, I also owe a shot. We're doing shots for every $20 super.
That's right, my friend.
First shot of the night as I got the Tito's here.
Gordon Webb, I told Tyler right before we went on stream, I was like, you know what? Gut feeling, Byron Murphy at 16. That's where I think Seattle goes if they
Cheers to you,
stay
Gordon
with
Webb.
the pick. Cheers to Gordon Webb, but fill up that shot glass again because the man himself coming in hot with a $20 super chat. I'm only accepting Fountainu or Penix Jr. at 16 or higher. Any one of those 2 guys, possibly both this draft, would be an A+ grade for me. Go Hawks. Shout out to the man himself, obviously a Washington Huskies fan, hoping to see one of the Huskies make the next step and stay home in Seattle there.
So, yeah, I mean, he just wants a Husky. That's all that is.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it, the man himself. I mean, I think, Smitty, we are going to see in this draft, I would be shocked if there's not a Washington Husky or a Michigan Wolverine.
Agreed.
I think we'll see at least one of each in this draft over the next couple days. And then we got a $50 super chat from John Smith. Bang! John. Oh.
What up, John? The Godfather.
The Godfather of Seahawks today. He's getting the Seahawks sauce. We're getting sauce with the Seahawks sauce with that 50. He says, let's make sure Tyler is slurring tonight when he tries to announce Fontanu at number 16. Oh boy.
Yeah, you better get that name right at 16 when they draft him, because if we know you'll be a little tipsy by then.
All right, Seahawks sauce. Let's get sauced with the Seahawks sauce, courtesy of John Smith. Cheers to you, my guy.
Shout out to him. Cheers to John Smith. John Smith is the early MVP in the chat as we switch gears to the super chat menu.
So here's what you were buying. We got $125 before we even got to the menu tonight.
Come on.
Good work, everybody. Good start.
Great start to the chat.
Byron start tonight. First time super chatters, you get the Seahawks chant. $10 super chat, you get a raffle ticket to win this Seahawks tumbler. That's 5 entries for John Smith with that 50 he sent in. $20 super chat, we're taking shots. $50 super chat, we're getting sauced with the Seahawks sauce. And the MVP, whoever sends in the most tonight, is going to win a Seahawks quarter zip jacket. And Smitty, you've seen this quarter zip. It looks pretty snazzy.
It is pretty snazzy. I'm a big quarter zip guy. Love to get out there on the golf course. Love to just look snazzy. It's a nice thing you can wear. The quarter zip, I've always said, is the most versatile piece of clothing you can wear. You can wear it casually. It could be over a nice button down for a more dress up event. You could wear it on the golf course. I love a good quarter zip. I don't know. I might start sending in super chats to become the MVP tonight, and to try to snag that Seahawks quarter zip.
Yeah. So that's what we're offering. Got a couple more deals. John Smith's asking, how much does a boot go for these days? $500.
500 collectively, of course. Collectively, of course.
We are at 125, so we're already making good progress. We could get to that boot sooner than later. We need quick math on that. That's what, 475?
475.
About 475 away. Actually,
what's up?
Oh, yeah, you're right, 475.
Oh, I'm the math guy here.
That's true. You are the math guy here. I was double checking. 475, and we will take care of Das Boot. Actually, it's 375. We've already got 125.
I am not the math guy here. I am an idiot. It is 375.
375. 375 away from Das Boot already here on today's show. So that's what we're looking at. And
oh, look at this! Look who joined
Our favorite Ram fan,
Thomas Bridgers with a 5.
Thomas Bridges is here. Here's to the Rams having a better draft than the. I'm not even going to say that.
Ridiculous.
I will say, Smitty, I am a little nervous about this report from Diana Rossini of The Athletic about the Rams trying to trade up for Brock Bowers.
Yeah, man.
If they get Brock Bowers, it's going to be one of those like, oh shit, you know?
Oh yeah.
Really? I mean, I think he's going to be a star anyway. And that offense with Sean McVay, he would thrive. So I am just hoping that the Rams do not land Brock Bowers tonight. Maybe he ends up a Seahawk when it's all said and done. That'd be great.
Maybe we should talk about the draft a little bit here.
Let's go over the Seahawks picks tonight.
Tonight, we only have one as of right now.
For the whole weekend.
Yeah.
Seahawks pick at 16 in the first round. No second round pick. Then they have a third round pick at 81.
I would love to get in that second round, though.
2 fourth round picks at 102 and 118. 2 sixth round picks at 179 and 192. And a 7th round pick at 235. Look, much has been made about tonight in the significance of that first round pick. But Smitty, championships are not won tonight. They are won Friday and Saturday.
I agree.
So, as much as we're excited about tonight, the next 2 days are even just as important.
I mean, think about, what Seattle built their Super Bowl champion team off of back in 2014. Richard Sherman, day 3 pick. Earl Thomas, day 3 pick. Cam Chancellor, day 2 pick. Russell Wilson, day 2 pick. Like, the foundation of that team was 2nd through 6th round. I believe the only first round picks on that team, Bobby Wagner, day 2 pick. I believe the only first round pick that was of any, what am I looking for? So substance, I guess, significance, is what I was trying to say, was Bruce Irvin on that squad. So They have, Seahawks have not historically hit on first round selections. John Schneider hasn't been the best at selecting in the first round. So, going to be holding our breath on the outcome or what comes of whoever is selected in the first round today. Luckily, the last 2 drafts have been very successful for John Schneider and company.
That's true.
Charles Cross in 2022 at pick 9, and then obviously last year with Devin Witherspoon and JSN. He's gone 3 for 3 in his last 3. Hopefully, he can continue that hot trend, unlike the latter part of the 2010s where, he went Penny.
Right.
Jordan Brooks was good, but he's already off the roster. Jermaine Ifedi, LJ Collier, the list goes on. Not great.
Before we get to the super chat, along those lines, can we pull up that photo I put in of the draft success thing?
Sure.
So this kind of goes with what we're talking about here.
I believe I have that ready.
So, Adam Schefter of ESPN earlier this week, he put out a very interesting graphic, kind of provides some context for what we're talking about here. This is what is deemed the bust chart. From 2000 to 2019, the percentage of players by position who have been determined a bust. And by this definition, by the way.
I was curious what the parameters of this actually
So
mean.
the parameters are, did they sign a second contract with that team?
I like that.
Now, which can be kind of vague because...
Yeah, doesn't always mean they're great.
And some guys go to other teams and are great.
Yeah.
Like, case in point, Leonard Floyd going to the Rams was fantastic. Wasn't that great with the Bears?
Yep.
I wouldn't call Leonard Floyd a bust now. along the other lines of guys that signed second contracts, but it doesn't mean they were necessarily that good. Rashad Bateman with the Ravens just a couple days ago.
Agreed. You can also, but you can say though Leonard Floyd was a bust for the Bears because one, he wasn't great on the Bears, and two, they didn't. I believe he was traded from Chicago, so he wasn't. They didn't get much back for him in return.
Sure.
So it's all
relative. But
it's
this
all
is
relative.
just what they chose to be to kind of put the measuring.
I do like that measuring stick.
So here's kind of give you a gauge of this is, and again, the time frame we're talking about is 2000 to 2019. The center position, and this is league-wide. This isn't just the Seahawks. 12 total centers have been drafted in the first round. 11 have been hits. Offensive tackles, 59% have been hits, with 38 total, 64 drafted. Guard, 50%. Kind of breaking those down. I know a lot of people are hesitant about the center position. I know we've talked a lot about Jackson Powers-Johnson.
I was going to say, JPJ, anybody?
But, I mean, you look at some of the more recent names, too. Tyler Linderbaum with the Ravens. I know Creed Humphrey was the second-round pick with Kansas City. But on this same track record, the teams, although it doesn't happen often, you see only 11 times in that stretch. When it does happen, these teams aren't regretting taking these centers.
I agree. I mean, you think about, like, this is very good for Seattle if they were to go offensive line, that the top three position groups are offensive linemen as far as hit rate on first-round draft picks. So if they do go Fautanu, there's an opportunity that 50-50 whether or not he's going to be in Seattle for close to a decade.
Right.
So I like our chances on that. I mean,
linebacker, 58%. We're not drafting inside linebacker first round tonight. It's not happening.
Yeah.
Quarterback, 46%. That's actually higher than I expected.
It is a little higher than I expected because if you look at wide receiver down there at 27%, that has to do
and
be volume.
And the more recent era of receivers
has been better.
Has been much better.
Agreed.
Than this stretch of 2000 2019. You can see corner. That number's lower than I thought for corner, 38%.
Yeah.
Running back, 38%. Safety, 34%. Tight end, 33%. So your safer bets are going to be the offensive line, according to these numbers here. So something to think about tonight. We'll see exactly what the Seahawks do. Let's catch up on some more super chats here.
Ruben
with a $10 super chat. He is entered to win the tumbler. Let's get you boys playing some pickleball. Shout out to Bowie Marysville.
Okay.
Find me there, 12s. I played some pickleball in college. I like pickleball. I haven't played in a while.
I've played a lot with my girlfriend. We'll go and rent a court. It's a lot of fun here. There's a ton. I just moved to Dallas, Texas, where Chat Sports is located almost a year ago now at this point. It's been 10 months, which is kind of crazy for me. But there are so many pickleball businesses around this area. You have a ton that you can go rent a court at. And we've done it a bunch of times now. It's a lot of fun. Love hitting the ball back and forth. You sweat a lot more than you think playing pickleball.
I might need to third wheel you guys then.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. We should get a crew out there.
I'm down. We'll play some pickleball. Ruben, thanks for that $10 super chat.
You're entered to win the tumbler, Ruben.
Yes, he's got a couple entries now.
Yeah, 2.
Thomas Bridges with the $5 super chat. I think we'll all be on the same page here. I'm scared 49ers are going to get Adonai Mitchell terrorized both Rams and Seahawks. Can we agree? F. San Fran. You know what? Let's spam the chat with F. San Fran right now.
F. San Fran.
Let's
FSF in the chat.
FSF. We can all unite. Smitty and I will say it together. F. San Fran. F. San Fran. F. San Fran. F. San Fran. Chat, spam it. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it right now, chat.
F. San Fran. F. the 49ers. Does anybody want their reign of? Do you guys want their reign of terror to continue? Is that what you want?
Come on.
I don't think so.
F. San Fran. F. San Fran. F. San Fran. Let's go.
Here they come.
Faster. Get those in there.
Let's go.
We're all on the same page.
Let's go, man.
Those needles in San Francisco don't stand a chance. All those homeless people, what a nasty city San Francisco is. F. San Fran. F. San Fran.
Oh, my goodness. There we go.
Okay.
Lot of hate in the chat right now. Love to see it.
It's only April, and we're
in mid-season
in game
form.
mode.
Love that. Love that. The man himself,
with a $10 super chat. He's entered to win the tumbler. He says, I could definitely see us trading back to a second-round pick and also getting Penix or Fontenot, if not both, if either of them fall back. It can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Very well could. We shall see, the man himself. Thanks for that $10 super chat.
I love it.
Much appreciated to you.
You want to talk about maybe trading back real quick?
Let's do so. Actually, I think we need to get game time in. It's been another 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah. We should
Let's do that, and then we'll do that.
Okay. Cool.
All right. I do love that the chat got the F-San friends going. We're all on the same page. Even our Rams fan can agree.
Oh!
Let's do the read real quick.
All right.
Mark, I see you.
We'll get to that in a second. Stand by,
Stand by,
friend.
Mark. I advertising duties accordingly. Then we'll get to you, Mark. Today's show is sponsored by Game Time. Game Time, the place to go for tickets to sporting events, concerts, theater productions, comedy shows, and more. Maybe it's tickets to see your Seattle Mariners. Maybe when the NFL schedule comes out in a couple weeks, you'll be getting your Seahawks tickets. Game Time's got you covered. Best seats, lowest prices guaranteed. You pick the event you want to go to. They got the prices listed. Then from there, you're choosing the seat you want. See if you like it or not. Look for a flash deal. And then within a matter of moments, you're checking out. Apple Pay, Google Pay, Venmo, all major credit card providers. Game Time has got you covered. And we're offering you $20 off your first purchase when you use the promo code ChatSports at checkout. That's download Game Time today. Terms and conditions do apply. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. Promo code ChatSports for $20 off. Download Game Time today. You'll be glad you did. All right, folks, we got a $50 super chat from Mark Sanchez. Bang! Mark writes, here's to drafting footsteps. Shane Falco at 16, The Replacements. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. I actually have a shirt, a Shane Falco shirtsy. I might have to pull it out.
I haven't seen The Replacements. Maybe I got to tap
You haven't seen The Replacements?
No.
Folks, Smitty hasn't seen The Replacements. It's one of the best sports movies of all time.
I'm actually, for a big-time sports guy, I'm very much lacking my sports movie. And I'm a big sports guy and a big movie guy. My sports movies do not intersect. Like, I'm terrible when it comes to sports
Joking,
movies.
I would like to see us trade down or best play, BAP? What's BAP?
Best available player, probably.
Best available player, okay. Now that Pete isn't in charge of player personnel, we will get those great players with their first-round selection. By the way, F those Niners.
Love it.
Everybody spam Mark in the chat.
Shout out to Mark.
Mark's got 5 tickets for the tumbler now.
John, we should link up, get on a FaceTime, and watch Replacements together. Neither of us have seen it.
Oh, John, you haven't seen it either? Oh, you would love The Replacements.
Shout out Mark.
I can't be the only one here that's seen The Replacement. Me and Mark Sanchez. It's an incredible film. Spam Mark in the chat. Mark with the $50 super chat.
I will throw out another.
That's another Seahawks sauce.
It's a Seahawks sauce.
We'll get sauce with the Seahawks sauce.
Let's get moving there. I'll throw out another deal. If we get another 50 before the draft begins, I'll take down a beer shotgun here in the room. Smitty won't throw up this time either. Maybe I will. It'll be a hell of a TV.
Hear that? $50 beer shotgun from Smitty if it comes in before the draft starts.
I'll do a beer shotgun if we get another $50 super chat before the draft begins. 20 minutes to get that done.
I did have some spillage there. We have time before the draft begins for this to dry.
Yeah, that'll dry, especially before Seattle picks.
Yes.
All right. You want to talk about potentially trading down? I'm sure a lot of people are thinking about it.
So let's talk about this possibility.
Okay.
Will the Seahawks trade or stay? That is the million-dollar question that I think we're all sitting there asking ourselves. In fact, it's our poll question right now. 54% of you believe the Seahawks will trade down from 16. 46% of you believe that they will not. Multiple teams, according to reports, are looking to move up in the first half of the draft, right where the Seahawks are at. There will be some potential buyers to move and make an aggressive deal of sorts. Here's the report from Dan Graziano of ESPN just a couple days ago. The people I talked to think we're likely to see more trades in the second half of the first round than the first. The Colts, Jaguars, Rams, and Eagles are all teams I've heard been making calls about potentially moving up. So, obviously the Colts picked before the Seahawks, so that's not going to happen. So here are the 3 teams that the Seahawks, according to Dan Graziano, could be taking calls from: the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Los Angeles Rams, and the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, with these 3 situations here, Smitty, the Jags, it's 1 spot, so you're not going to get a ton if you move back 1 spot. The Rams, you're not going to get a ton, and then you have to ask yourself, do we want to help the Rams make a deal? Is that something you actually want to do, an intra-division trade? I don't know. Eagles, yes, you would be moving the furthest down, but there would also be, in theory, the most to gain potentially in a trade offer between these 3 teams.
I agree.
I would think that of these 3, Philadelphia would be the most likely for the Seahawks to trade down to.
And I like that because there's going to still be a ton of talent on the board there at 22. Maybe even a guy the Seahawks have second or third on their big board as far as guys who they think will be available at 16, might be available at 22. And Philadelphia has 2 second-round picks. So they pick at 50 and 53. Seattle could potentially pick one of those 2 up if they end up making a deal with Philly.
So, will we see the Seahawks trade, and will it be one of those spots? These are the 3 we're watching for. Obviously, there could be more, but these are what we know, what's been reported actively of 3 teams that are currently shopping.
Here are the picks. Here's the way it goes.
Let's roll through the draft order, shall we? It all gets started with the Bears with the number 1 pick, which they get from the Carolina Panthers. We anticipate that being Caleb Williams. The Commanders at 2. They're expected to go with Jaden Daniels, the quarterback from LSU. And the draft really begins with the 3rd pick, Smitty, with the New England Patriots. Do they take Drake May, or do they trade with a team like, let's say, Minnesota, potentially in that spot? The Patriots obviously need a quarterback, but they really just need an entire new roster to begin with. I think Drake May is too good to pass up on. He's my number 2 quarterback in this class. I would have him number 1 if he was among most drafts other years. It just happens to be that Caleb Williams is in this draft. But the Patriots, with all their needs, I wouldn't be shocked at all if they say, let's pass on a quarterback and let's stockpile some picks.
I wholeheartedly agree. I think gut feeling says they take Drake May, but there was reports earlier that from some unconfirmed NFL sources saying that they might take J.J. McCarthy all the way up at 3. Who knows?
I would be surprised.
I'd be very surprised. That'd be the big shock of the draft for sure.
Cardinals
at 4.
At 4, they're also another trade possibility. If they stay, it will be Marvin Harrison Jr.
100%.
Then at 5, the Chargers, also another trade possibility. If they stay, it's probably going to be one of the tackles like J.C. Latham or Joe Alt there with that pick if they do decide to stay. Otherwise, that's a spot a team like Minnesota or Denver.
Maybe they take a Malik Neighbors as well.
Maybe.
Or if Harrison they could be a Harrison team if Minnesota ends up trading up to 4. You never know.
6, the Giants. I know that they're interested when it comes to quarterbacks, but if they don't trade up for one of those guys, it's probably going to be Neighbors at 6.
They're kind of in the same boat for me as the Chargers. Kind of whichever the Chargers don't take, the Giants will kind of just take the next thing after that.
Then we got the Titans at 7. Expect them to go offensive line. Probably whatever tackle falls them, whether it's Latham or Alt.
Yep.
They're at that pick. 8, the Falcons.
They're open for business, apparently.
If they stay, Dallas Turner seems to be the guy for them.
Yep.
I would think. Do we have 9?
Oh, we do have 9 here. We do have 9. My bad.
Okay. Hold on, folks.
9's the Bears.
Here we go. 9, the Bears. I think the Bears. Now, they're apparently shopping this pick, too.
Yeah.
But if the Bears stay at 9, I would expect them to go get Rome Odunze, who Seahawk fans would be sad to see him play elsewhere.
Yeah.
But, it just wasn't going to happen.
I love Odunze, man.
I would be hyped just as a football fan to see him and Caleb pair up together.
100%. I hope Caleb gets a cool receiver.
And Shane Waldron as the OC.
Yeah.
Jets at 10, I'm watching for Bowers.
I'm watching for Bowers there as well.
11, the Vikings next pick. All depends on the McCarthy.
They're going to get JJ one way or another.
We'll see. 12, the Broncos. I think this is where Quinton Mitchell goes.
I could see that.
And then we go 13, the Raiders. This is when it gets very interesting. I don't know what the Raiders are going to do.
No
do they
clue.
go Penix? Do
Byron
they
Murphy?
go Byron Murphy?
Does Queen Mitchell fall to them?
I don't know what the Raiders are going to do. 14, the Saints.
Feels like Talise Fuunga there.
Fuunga seems like a good possibility. In my mock draft, I got J.C. Latham falling to them.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great. That'd be a great fall to the Saints.
15, Colts, kind of a big unknown too. I'm leaning towards Cooper DeJean here.
Yeah.
In this spot, I think that they're looking for an athlete to help out on that side of the defense. Then we get to Seattle at 16. And is it a trade?
Seattle's really one of the biggest wild cards.
Like, what are they going to do?
They're one of the biggest wild cards because they can do so much. I mean, there's a possibility they move up. Who knows? Maybe there's a guy that is on their board that they absolutely are in love with. And
is it Byron Murphy here?
Say they don't think they don't think he'll get past the Raiders at 13, and they believe he's a can't miss prospect. They can move up a couple picks.
There's no foregone conclusion what they will do.
They are totally in the dark. So first half of the draft, the Seahawks.
We'll go over the second half in just a bit. Let's catch up on some super chats.
We got a couple big ones.
John Smith
with a $50 super chat. Bang!
It's a shotgun for the godson.
Yes, sir. Let's get involved. Shout out my guy John Smith, man. We share the same last name. It's a beautiful last name. Love the guy. Shout out to my guy John Smith.
John Smith with the 50. Everybody spam John in the chat. Let's show some love to John Smith. Always love when we get John Smith on Seahawks Today. And that puts him in the lead to be the MVP tonight and take home that quarter zip as he's at $100 for the night. John Smith, much appreciated to you. We'll get to the beer shotgun whenever Smitty's ready coming up in just a bit. Davin says
it's Fautanu. Now,
Fautanu.
That's how we were saying
That's how we've been saying it.
No, well, we've been saying it's is it Fautanu or is it Fautanu?
Fautanu.
Okay, because there's a lot of different.
I've heard 10 pronunciations for this.
Whatever Roger Goodell says on the television, that's what we're going to say in our video that goes out right after.
You know, and I see in the comments every day 10 different pronunciations. It's this.
It's like the Fuunga situation. These Pacific Islanders are just
Fautanu. That's what we've been saying, folks. That's what we've been saying.
Fautanu.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We're going to see. Whatever Roger says, that's what we're going with.
Yeah.
And then
another $50 super chat from Mark Sanchez. Bang! Okay, talking about one of my favorite movies, The Replacements. He says The Replacements is a movie based on an actual NFL lockout that happened, and the R-Words won the Super Bowl, and yes, an actual player was released from jail to play on the team.
That's electric.
Schmitty, watch this movie ASAP.
I will.
It's an incredible movie, Mark. That's so. How do we want to split this up? One Seahawks sauce and one shotgun?
Yeah. You do the Seahawks sauce for Mark. I'll do the shotgun for John.
Okay, I will do that.
And then one more super chat. We got Thomas Bridgers saying Drake May is the next another Mac Jones. Doesn't move the needle.
And I disagree. Drake May is my second favorite quarterback in this class.
Drake May possesses a lot more
I think
qualities than Mac Jones.
Yeah, I think he reminds me a lot of Justin Herbert. He might even be better than Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
I'm all in on Drake May. It's too bad the Seahawks are not in a position to draft Drake May because I would love him to be a franchise quarterback on my team. I would take Drake May.
Let's get a little pulse on how you guys are all feeling.
Here is the Seahawks sauce that I owe Mark Sanchez.
Absolutely.
Cheers to you, Mark.
Cheers to Mark. The first two picks in this draft are all but confirmed.
By the way, we are 170 away now from Das Boot.
Look at that. Boot, 3 beers in 1 being taken down.
Das Boot's already ready to go, by the way.
Yeah, we thought it was a foregone conclusion.
Yes.
Let's get a pulse here.
Can we do a boot before the draft starts?
That would be insane.
8.5 minutes to go, 170 away. Can we do a boot before the draft starts?
Can we get to 200 likes here before the draft begins? We are 45 away, and there's 8 minutes left. I think that's child's play for the 12s.
Yeah. Do your part. Like it up. Like it up, 155. Let's get to 200 right now. I don't want to wait another second more. If you want the Seahawks to have a great draft tonight, if you want John Schneider to make some good picks, do your part. Don't jinx it. If you don't like the video, then the Seahawks are going to draft a running back first round. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. Don't even risk it. Do your part. Like the video right now. Like it up. I'm cracking open another Miller when we get to 200 likes. We need 40 more. 40 more. We're not doing anything else. We're not going any further till we get to 200 likes. 25 more. 25 more. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Like it up, folks. If you want the Seahawks to have a great draft, if you're glad to be hanging out here on Seahawks today, no place you'd rather be than here with the 12s on draft night. It's game day. It's draft night. In the words of Heath Ledger as the Joker, here we go. 8 more. 8 more. 8 more. Where are we at? 8 more. 4 more. I feel like a televangelist right now or something. 4 more. 4 more. Where are we at, ladies and gentlemen? There we are. We'll crack open another Miller for that. Good job, everybody. Trying to make sure we don't draft that running back first round. Cheers to the 12s. To everybody watching tonight. Let's have a good draft, shall we? Woo! Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's have a night. Let's have a night.
All right.
Fired up.
6 minutes to go until draft time. I'm going to get this beer shotgun nailed.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, you want a beer? I'll give you a beer.
Another beer. What?
Another beer.
What? Vodka. More beer.
Ice cold beer never broke my heart. No, don't do that this time. Like diamond rings, football teams. Oh, we can get more. Yeah. Oh, ice cold beer never broke my heart. Luke Combs. I love me some Luke Combs. Luke Combs or Morgan Wallen? Chat. Which one are you going? Which one would you rather party with? I mean, if I'm hanging out with Morgan Wallen, there better not be any chairs involved. I'll tell you that much. No chairs involved. We're hanging out with Morgan. I feel like Luke would be a little more laid back. Morgan, if we're trying to get turnt, would probably be more, maybe more of a fun time, but a little more risky. Here we go.
John Smith, what's going on? This one's for you. We got a nice Pilsner right here. It's already dripping a little bit, so I better get after it.
He's getting all over my laptop.
Oh, I did not mean to do that. I'm so sorry. Seahawks gonna have a great draft. Let's go!
Here we go. Nicely done. Now, we need to save my laptop. We'll find out if Smitty destroyed my laptop. Now I'm going to have a sticky laptop.
Oh, stop it. It's water.
Thanks to Smitty. Get those F Smitties in the chat for making my laptops. It's all good. Oh, John Smith says, that's my boy. Oh, another super chat coming in. I said when I was calling for the likes, I felt like a televangelist. And Thomas Bridges says, I would make a great televangelist. That was part of the feel. I mean, like, the way we drive super chats, like, we get that offering plate going. I mean, we would be rolling in here. I can tell you that much. We would be rolling. Give me that private jet. Oh, yeah. I'll write a book. Yeah, just call me Joel Osteen. Why don't you? Joel Osteen with a Miller. Does Joel Osteen drink Miller? I don't know. Cheers. All right. Oh, thank you, everybody. Let's, all right. Want to do a super chat menu one more time? All right. So, can we do a boot before the draft starts? Clock is winding down. We're 3 minutes to go till the draft starts. We need just over 160 to do Das Boot. Here it is, ready to go in all its glory, but we need your help. 160 away. First time super chats. You get the Seahawks chant. $10 super chat gets you entered to win a Seahawks tumbler that we'll give away at the end of the night. Here it is right here. $20 super chat. We're taking shots, and I got a shot that will pay off here in just a second. $50 super chat. We get sauced with the Seahawks sauce. MVP whoever sends in the most tonight. You're taking home a Seahawks quarter zip here this evening. Dan the Man Miller is here. I've been told, by the way, that Dan the Man's going for Mark Sanchez's throne. That there was a little rivalry back and forth during the end of the season when Dan Miller showed up. And Dan Miller's trying to become the new king of Seahawks today, trying to take over from Mark Sanchez. Here's how Dan the Man gets started. I saw a mock draft where Seattle traded down enough to end up with like 14 picks. How realistic could that be? Not likely, Dan. Not likely. But you never know. We've seen some crazy stuff happen before. Dan the Man, thanks for the $20 super chat. That's 2 raffle tickets for you as well. I'll put you down. Cheers to you, Dan. Will Dan be the new king of Seahawks today? We'll find out by the end of the night. Much appreciated, Dan Miller.
And then
Dan Miller, much appreciated.
he's in the raffle.
He's got 2 raffle tickets.
And then
we
got a first time super chat
chatter from Angel.
Seahawks!
Hawks!
Hawks! Let's go!
Spam Angel. Spam Angel in the chat. Spam Angel. You'll love to see it. Angel, much appreciated. Thanks for sending that super chat. All right.
We got a minute until the draft starts. Are you guys ready? Are you ready for the NFL draft?
If you're ready, spam go. Spam go in the chat right now. The NFL draft, less than a minute away.
Let's go. Spam go. If you're ready for the NFL draft, let's get going.
I want to see as many goes over this next minute. Spam it as fast as possible over this next minute. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Go. Seahawks draft is accountable.
Go, 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 go.
3. Here we go.
Justin, John. Peter says you're muted again.
I am muted again. Here we go. Thank you, Peter. Anthony Lippett, Bray, Duke the God. Oh! Oh, we'll get to that in a second. Keep spamming go. Keep spamming go. Are you kidding me?
Keep going. Keep going.
The draft is here. Gaming, Reuven, one of a kind, Manny DR, 313, Alex Sylvester, Duke, Anthony, CyberX. Keep going. We got a boot coming. Seth, Manny, Reuven, Adam, Phobia.
Keep going. Keep
Seth
going.
D. Weller. Keep it moving,
Keep
baby.
going.
Let's go. Oh, my God.
Keep going.
Absolute pandemonium in the chat right now. The draft is just minutes away.
Goodell has not taken the stage yet.
There's a
Keep
Seahawks
spamming
fan
go.
on TV. There's a
Keep
Seahawks
spamming.
fan.
Keep spamming go. Don't
Keep
slow
spamming
down.
go. Don't slow down now. We're trying to get the chat rate record here on Seahawks Today. Here we go.
Keep going. Faster, faster, faster. Pick it up. We are just about ready.
Oh, my God.
It's draft night in America.
Awesome.
The Seahawks are 16 picks away from being on the clock.
You guys absolutely killing it right now there in the chat. And we got another guy here in the chat that's
All right.
absolutely killing it. Now, before we get there, we did get a $5 super chat from our guy, Michael Hyde.
Michael Hyde, big day. But remember, 12 teams are built from one draft. Trust the process. Go Hawks. And that's why it's not just about tonight. It's about the next 2 nights as well.
Absolutely.
Teams are built. Exactly right, Michael Hyde. Much appreciated. And then Mark Sanchez accepted the challenge. We said, can we do a boot before the draft starts?
And he delivered!
In the 11th hour, down to the final minute, Mark Sanchez with a
$150 super chat! Bang! Bang! I hit it with a double!
The Mike Breen effect. Mark Sanchez. We told him that Dan was coming for the throne tonight, and Mark said, no BS. It's boot time.
Let's go.
These boots are made for chugging, and chugging is what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna chug all over you. Yeah!
Whoa!
Spam Mark! No. Spam Mark in the chat. That's an entrance right there. That's a way to start the draft.
Hell of an entrance. Mark Sanchez, now the leader in the clubhouse for Seahawks Today MVP.
Now, the Bears are about to go on the clock. Let's do this boot before they get on the clock.
Yeah, why not?
What's our time? What are we thinking here?
Bears have yet to officially go on the clock. Probably the next 5 minutes or so, they're gonna get it. They're gonna get it officially. That clock started.
I'll be honest, folks. Since football season, I think it's fine in NFL Network. Yeah, they're gonna be live. All right. So a little inside baseball here. Yours truly, since football season, down a few pounds. I have not done a boot in a minute. I don't know if I can consume as much, quite frankly. I don't have the appetite I used to. So we'll see how this goes. Over under 20 seconds. O for over, U for under.
What do you guys
in
think?
The suit. Can yours truly, who's down about 75 pounds now, still do boots?
Hell yeah. Clap it up for Tyler.
Can I still do a boot? We're going to find out.
I think you can, but I think it's going to be over 20 seconds because you are wearing the suit and you're going to be conservative with it. You're not going to try to spill as much.
It's a little hot in the studio, too, by the way.
It's always a little hot.
Let's get the boot going. Here we go.
I will time it.
O for over, U for under. Get your predictions in. Smitty on the play-by-play. Bears are about to go on the clock. We're about to get this draft started with a boot. Spam Chug in the chat.
Spam Chug. Boots come in here in just a moment. Poopsy's here. He's saying under. Chug. Get it in the chat. Tyler's getting primed and ready to roll. On your count, Tyler. I'm ready when you are.
All right, let me stretch a little. All right, we're ready to go. Here we go. 5,
4, 3, 2, 1. And the liquids touch the lips. Here we go. 3 seconds in, and he's making good progress already. He's taking it down. The spillage is minimal, if any. 10 seconds in now. He's about more than halfway done. I think this is going to be an under, folks. Is he going to get there? 3 seconds to go until we get to 20. Can he do it? Oh! Unbelievable! 19-7! 19-7!
I am him! Yes!
Are you kidding me?
Woo!
Oh my God.
So,
some more super chats coming in as well.
oh my gosh.
NFS Shooter saying,
Still got it!
JJ McCarthy, don't forget to subscribe.
Still got it, folks.
Shout out to you.
Oh.
Got Angel.
And no spillage.
No spill. You killed it. Nah, you killed it. That was nuts.
I was in mid-season form.
Absolutely. Shout
I
out
feel
NFS
good.
Shooter. He's saying JJ McCarthy.
I am him.
I don't know what that emoji was, but hopefully it was a poop one. Because
Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, folks.
We're going to get to a subscribe in just a second here. But Angel
Shove it
sending
up,
in a
up,
$2
up.
super chat.
Angel. Should the
Should the Seahawks
Seahawks trade
trade
with the Bears at 9?
Only if they think that Brock Bowers is the
Yeah,
next
if they're
Gronk.
getting Brock Bowers, I'm all ears.
I could be all ears for that.
And then Dan the Man with a $50
Super Chat. Bang! Let's go, Dan!
Damn, I can't deal with that amount, but I love you guys. Keep it up. Dan the man.
Dan the
Everybody
man.
spam Dan.
Spam Dan.
Dan, I owe you a beer bowling for that, or a Seahawks sauce. So a little insight. My beer boot that we just did was a Corona, and that is the hardest of the beer boots to do.
Agreed.
I should have. My next beer boot's not gonna be Corona. It might be seltzer, might be a Miller, but Corona is
Got
like
a little more substance to it.
it's got an aftertaste too.
True.
after a while.
You're really tasting that Corona. We're taking that one, that big
So-
one down.
It's not the best, but we still the mission was still accomplished.
Now, like NFS Shooter said, you guys got to subscribe to the channel.
Sum it up. Let's get to 52,000 before the end of the weekend.
Come on. I'm throwing the sub link.
If you love the Seahawks, if you are a diehard fan, this is the channel for you. If you're having a great time tonight, we're going to do it again on Saturday as well. We'll be live again. Sum it up. Sub link going in the chat right
Sub
now.
links in the
Spin the
chat.
wheel of subs.
Live sub
Spin it
counter.
up.
It moves as you sub.
Sub. Let us know in the chat when you're
Uh-oh.
subscribed as well. Subscribe.
Look
Boo!
Look
Boo
who's
Goodell!
here.
Boo!
Everybody spin boo!
Boo! And Eminem's up there.
What the hell? I love Eminem.
What a has-been, though.
Oh, I love Eminem.
Marshall Mathers.
It's his
On
city.
stage.
Detroit Rock City. Spam those boos in the chat.
Where's Barry Sanders?
Calvin Johnson, anyone?
Boo! Boo Goodell.
They got Eminem.
Oh, they're going to let him announce that the draft's starting?
Look at them, man. Slim Shady! Slim Shady!
He was like the first great white rapper.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
He was, and now they're bringing out Jared Goff. Basically, he's the
Oh, and I'm on Ross St. Brown.
who just got paid recently.
Yeah.
Basically, he was the Caitlin Clark of rap music.
Trailblazer.
Yes.
Oh, I got a ton of... Oh, there's Calvin! There's Calvin!
There's Calvin.
Woo! Megatron, baby! Listen, I know
Oh! John Smith!
with a
$100 super chat! Bang! Thanks, Mark Sanchez, for the pre-draft boot. Tyler looks like he just walked out of the combine with a sub-20 boot with no spillage. Guys, thanks for the coverage during the lull post-Super Bowl till the draft. You've been laying it down all off-season. Much appreciated, John. John, we love you. You're the man. We owe some Seahawks sauces.
Yeah, I'll do a shotgun. I'll do a shotgun for it as well. Now,
We'll pay off accordingly.
Mark Sanchez and John Smith are in a heated battle for the Seahawks quarter zip right now.
Oh,
the
it's
MVP
coming.
award.
Yeah, it's
They're both at 200, I believe.
John Smith and Mark Sanchez both going for the quarter zip at 200 apiece. Here's a Seahawks sauce for y'all. Much appreciated.
Shout out to John Smith, my guy. Absolutely killing the game. The Lions even have...
Oh,
Lions do have a first-round pick.
yeah.
Aiden Hutchinson's up there on screen. Jared Goff, as well as Amon-Ra St.
Kelly
Brown.
Smith in the house. Kelly, been a minute. Good to see you.
Not related to John, but both loyal viewers of Seahawks.
Kelly-
We love them both.
Always appreciated to see you. Great to have you in the house with us tonight. Been a minute since we've seen Kelly Smith. Man, we mentioned it feels like game day tonight. We got all our friends here.
Absolutely.
We got Dan the Man Miller. We got Mark Sanchez, John Smith, Kelly Smith. I think I saw Poopsies in the chat. I love it. We're all together again.
I love to be here with everybody.
Reunited, and it feels so good. It feels so good indeed. Oh, man. All right. Goodell's about to open the draft. Keep spamming boo. Keep spamming boo. I will bet anyone in the chat right now $1 million that Caleb Williams is going to be the number one pick.
It'd be a good bet.
Anybody want to take me on that bet? Here we go. And the Bears are on the clock. The draft is underway. Here we go. On the clock.
The Bears are on the clock. I love that. On the clock, man.
On the clock. We're ready to go. Draft is underway. The Bears with Caleb Williams here. This is the savior they've been looking for.
I think he's a can't-miss prospect, unfortunately.
This is a franchise that has had the worst track record of any team in the league when it comes to quarterbacks. And I think they are about to get the best quarterback their franchise has ever seen. And I liked Jay Cutler, too.
I agree.
But I think Caleb Williams is going to be a difference maker for them. I don't like that staff there. I don't like Eberflus. I don't like Shane Waldron as their OC.
Naturally, I don't like Shane Waldron.
But the talent that they have, bringing in Keenan Allen with what they already had, Caleb Williams, I expect the Bears to be a playoff team next year.
Agreed. They're gonna be a force in that. The NFC North quickly becoming one of the best divisions in all of football.
Yes.
The Lions are on the up. I mean, the Lions are already there. The Vikings could potentially walk out of this draft with their next franchise quarterback. We know the weapons that they possess. Chicago looks like a brand new team next year, and the Green Bay's got their franchise quarterback of the future in Jordan Love, looking like a top 5 quarterback in the NFC. Maybe even the best quarterback in the NFC. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's going to be a battle likely between Williams and Jordan Love next year for the conference's best quarterback. Maybe Jalen Hurts has a resurgence. Brock Purdy, maybe he takes the next leap. Who knows? But obviously all the quarterback talent resides in the AFC.
Well, and I'll say this about the Bears situation. Although we don't like this coaching staff, if it doesn't work, if they disappoint, they'll get fired and they'll go get the guys they want next year.
Caleb Williams will still be around.
He'll still be around, and Keenan Allen and all
DJ
those
Moore.
guys, DJ Moore will still be there too.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if they walk out of here with Caleb Williams and Rome Odunze at 9, they have them automatically like a top 5 receiving core in the league and a top 15 quarterback. That's good enough for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Defense is getting better.
Brian with a $5 super chat. Checking in. Says, hey guys, just had to get in on the super chat. Let's go Hawks. We'd love to see it indeed. Much appreciated, Brian Peterson. You are the man. Thanks for being here with us tonight. Brian, always a pleasure. Brian's a very loyal viewer to Seahawks today. Glad to have him here tonight. Cheers to you, Brian. There it is. We'll get the full message up. There it is. That happened to another super chat earlier, too. Now, to kind of give perspective, kind of what's going on, the Bears will let this clock run the entire way. There's about 7 minutes remaining on the clock. They will let this whole thing play out.
Is there any offer that any team can make for this number 1 pick? I don't think so. I don't even think teams will try.
If the Chargers are offering Justin Herbert right now.
True.
That might be it.
They get up there. They trade for the number 1 pick just to select J.J. McCarthy, number 1 overall.
Yeah, if you're the Bears, you're letting this clock run just to do your due diligence.
Yeah, man.
Just in case somebody calls with an offer you can't refuse. John Smith's asking, how long do they have? 10 minutes for every pick
10
in the
minutes
first
for every
round.
pick.
We shall see. Caleb Williams. This franchise has been so desperate to get that right quarterback. They've only had 8 or fewer wins in 5 straight seasons in Chicago.
That's wild. By the way, guys, in true draft fashion, I am rocking my JSN number 11, baby. First round pick last year. Let's hit on another one. Got my Smith and Jigba jersey on. Seattle. I don't know what we're going to do, man. I don't know. As we wait for, we'll go back to this periodically throughout.
Sub
for Seahawks, sub for a great draft, sub to be along with us while we talk about all these picks and the developments over the next couple.
This isn't the only day we'll be live, by the way.
Hell yeah.
We are going to be here with you on Saturday as well with more draft coverage. And even when we're not live, Smitty, this one of the reasons why you should subscribe is that we have videos going up for every single draft pick.
Every pick. We'll have grades coming out.
Even Saturday when we're not live, Friday when we're not live, doesn't mean we're not working. We're still going to put videos out breaking down the picks and all that on the channel. So be on the lookout for that. We got you covered. Subscribe now. YouTube.com/Seahawks TV. Sub it up. Let's get to 52,000 subscribers. Appreciate you guys for doing it. Kelly Smith with a $10 super chat says, "Missed you, gentlemen. Go Hawks." Kelly, my love, thank you for.
Don't let Poopsie see that.
Oh, Poopsie, all right, I get the same page. I love Poopsie too. Much love to Poopsie as well. Kelly, you are entered to win the tumbler that we're giving away at the end of the night.
Hell yeah.
Every $10 super chat tonight gets you entered to win this Seahawks tumbler that we're giving away coming up later. So stay tuned for that.
So if you guys are new here coming in and seeing people send in super chats and wondering why the hell are they donating to this stupid YouTube stream, let's tell you guys why they are. First time super chats will do a Seahawks as the pick is in for the Bears. We'll get to that in just a second. $10 super chat is going to be a tumbler raffle ticket. He just showed you the tumbler.
Yes.
Got a lot of entries already. You want to get in on that. $20, we're taking shots. We're getting hammered here on Seahawks today.
Yes.
$50, Seahawks sauce, an alcoholic mystery beverage.
Yes.
That is going to make Tyler slur his words by the time pick 16 rolls around. And then the MVP, it's at $200 right now between John Smith and
Mark Sanchez.
Going to win a Seahawks quarter zip. So you could get in the mix. Send in $200 in super chats. You'll be right up there.
Somebody was asking, how close are we to a second boot? I am glad to tell y'all we're making significant progress on that.
Am I going to have to do a boot tonight? We're 300 away.
We're just over 300 away from a second boot.
Am I going to have to do a boot? Are you kidding me?
By the way, also, a little incentive. Last year's first-round draft show, we did $1,000 in super chats. We're at about $688 right now. Can we beat last year's number?
I would love that.
I would love to just shatter that number from last year. And we can do it. We're already off to a great start tonight at 688. Let's see if we can get to 1,000 and beat that number. Still got a lot of time to do it. But let's see if we can shatter that number and if we can get another boot. If Smitty can do that boot, if he wants, or I can do it, we'll see. But nonetheless, we're going to have a great time.
Here we go. Here it comes.
Here's the Bears pick. I have a feeling who it's going to be. Caleb Williams to the Chicago Bears.
Wow, wow, wow.
There it is. The pick is in. Caleb Williams to the Chicago Bears. Just as we all expected. No surprise there. Caleb Williams, 22 years old, quarterback from Southern California, began his career with the Oklahoma Sooners, drafted by the Chicago Bears. Interesting story with Caleb Williams. He was the number one high school prospect, goes to Oklahoma, sat behind Spencer Rattler, who was projected to be the number one quarterback the year that Caleb Williams was a freshman. Ultimately, Spencer Rattler struggled. Caleb Williams took over the starting job, and he didn't look back as he had an incredible freshman season with the Oklahoma Sooners. Lincoln Riley ends up leaving, going to USC. Caleb Williams follows him and plays 2 seasons there. Won a Heisman Trophy with Southern Cal. Last season was a down year from what his previous year was, but still a very good year for Caleb Williams. 30 touchdowns, near 69, nice completion percentage with 3,600 yards. He does it all. He can run. He can pass well. He's very accurate. He's got a great arm. The comparison I draw him to, Smitty, he reminds me a lot of Aaron Rodgers, which I know is pretty ironic for the Chicago Bears to be getting here, but I think they're going to have the best quarterback they've had in franchise history. I have some character concerns, but the talent speaks for itself. I think the Bears hit a home run here.
Absolutely hit a home run. I mean, what a trade they made just a season ago. Trading for DJ Moore and oh my goodness, trading for the Panthers first round pick, the Bears front office. I mean, Ryan Poles, there was a lot of question marks surrounding his job done as a general manager. He has knocked it out of the park, ever dating back to that trade, last year's trade deadline, picking up Montez Sweat. I mean, they have absolutely killed it. and they're on the up and up, looking like a perennial NFC contender for the next decade or so.
There you have it. Caleb Williams the pick. Now the Commanders are on the clock with the number 2 pick. We expect this to be Jaden Daniels here by Washington, but he was not pleased by his visit with the Washington Commanders within the last couple of weeks because they hosted him among with other players. There was a bit of a Topgolf outing of sorts, and he didn't like how that was perceived, and there's been rumblings about him potentially trying to work his way out of there, but those talks have kind of simmered over the last several days. I would be surprised if Washington doesn't take Jaden Daniels here. Jaden Daniels won the Heisman Trophy. He was fantastic. Great offense at LSU last year. Cliff Kingsbury, very good OC. He should fit exactly what Kingsbury's wanting to do with that Commanders offense. I do have concerns about his body. He's very thinly built, skinny frame. I don't know how well that will hold up.
Takes a lot of hits.
A lot of people comparing him to RG3. We saw what happened with RG3 with Washington. Had the talent, won Rookie of the Year, but wasn't the same player after he tore his ACL. I think Daniels is the pick here. I like May better, but I do like Jaden Daniels too.
I do as well. I think he is going to be in a situation where Washington has one of the worst offensive lines in football. A guy like Jaden Daniels who can improvise, who can create plays with his legs and move out of the pocket and see receivers down the field in those situations. I think it's going to work out better off the rip than Drake May would have in Washington. As we have a couple super chats to get through here as well.
Yes, Phobia says, love y'all, Jonesy, Smitty, and the 12s. Much appreciated to you, Phobia. Phobia, you are entered to win the tumbler that will be given away at the end of the night.
Hell yeah.
Phobia sent in the first super chat of the night, so that's another entry for Phobia. Much appreciated. Kelly Smith, $20 super chat says, let's go on the shots. Pour them up.
Pull it up.
And that's more raffle tickets for Kelly Smith as well. Much appreciated, Kelly.
Washington on the clock. They only have 3.5 minutes to make the selection. Now, could they go Drake May? Who knows? I mean, I think it's all but confirmed that Jaden Daniels will be going number 2. Cheers to you, Kelly.
Much appreciated.
But, I mean, who knows? Can Washington throw the league for a loop?
Another super chat coming in from Doom.
I like this one. $12 super chat. Shout out the 12s. Shout out the 12s.
I love that. I love when we get a $12 super chat. And that's going to be another entry to the Tumbler giveaway for Doom. Jackson Powers Johnson or Johnny Newton at 16.
I wouldn't hate it. I think you could trade down a couple to get JPJ.
I think you could probably trade down for Johnny Newton, too. If I had to choose, I lean towards Johnny Newton there. Although I do like JPJ, if you make me choose between those two, I'm going Johnny Newton there.
I agree. Next 4 selections here, Commanders, Patriots, Cardinals, and Chargers.
Let me write Doom down. Okay,
yeah, Doom can get involved.
Doom is in. Much appreciated. All right, here are the upcoming picks. Commanders, their selection coming in, expect to be Jaden Daniels. The Patriots at 3, Cardinals at 4, Chargers at 5. And then let's run through the full draft order. We'll just go through it real quick.
Why not?
One by one here. Chargers at 5. And then we'll have the Giants at 6, Titans at 7, Falcons at 8, Bears on the clock at 9. Smitty, real quick. Really, any of those 4 teams, we could see a trade.
I agree. I think all those teams are open for business, and who knows? We could see a trade between any of them, and we could see them take basically any player on the board. Giants could go tackle or receiver, very likely receiver. Titans probably going tackle. Falcons probably going defense. Who knows who that's going to be? It could be Quinyon Mitchell, could be Dallas Turner. Bears, who knows? Do they go out and get a tackle, or do they go receiver as well? Those are 2 definitely the deepest positions with the most talent in this draft: offensive tackle and wide receiver.
Then 10, the Jets. 11, the Vikings. 12, the Broncos. 13, the Raiders. And this is where we start to see more of the unknown here. Like, we have a good idea, I think, what's going to happen 1 through 8.
Yeah.
But kind of 10 and beyond, the draft really could start to shake up a bit.
Agreed. As the commissioner does come out here to announce the Second pick.
All right. Let's see if it is Jaden Daniels. Here's the pick. Jaden Daniels to the Washington Commanders.
There he goes. Number
so
2.
back-to-back Heisman Trophy winners going 1-2.
Look at this.
With Caleb Williams going to the Bears and Jaden Daniels to the Commanders. Jaden Daniels, the Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, had a fantastic season leading the nation's number 1 offense there at LSU this year. A real dynamic player, a true dual threat, as he's a terrific runner, a terrific passer. Our scouting report, you look at incredible dual threat that's consistently produced big plays, better rushing production than some running backs even in this class. Accuracy, questionable in short areas. Our own Tom Downey has him as the number 3 quarterback. We saw his stock rise quite a bit. It was believed going into this draft, when the draft process started, that Drake May was the number 2 quarterback, but Daniels really impressed with that Heisman campaign, worked his way all the way up to that number 2 pick. I look at Jaden Daniels, and he certainly played like the number 2 pick last year, but concerns for me about the body, and then also just the other factor, he had the best receiving core in college football last year.
100%.
You could ask this about Michael Penix as well. He's not going to have the same weapons in Washington. I know that, Terry McLaurin's solid. They got a couple guys. But it's not like what he had at LSU. How is he going to fare when he doesn't have the best receiving core in the country? Because prior to this past season, Jaden Daniels, if we're going to be honest, wasn't spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't crazy good at Arizona State. I mean, even before this past season, he didn't dazzle people to where he'd be like, oh, this guy is a bona fide top 5 draft pick in the following year's draft. So, like you said, how is he going to fare with a group of weapons that aren't as good as the 2 receivers that he had there in Louisiana? And he's not going up against SEC secondaries anymore. He's going up against the NFL.
So I have 2 updates here for you. Let's start with this tweet from Schefter just a couple of moments ago. He says, one source says 0 chance the Patriots are trading the number 3 pick. They will stick with their QB of the future, which we believe to be Drake May. So Schefter saying the Patriots are going quarterback here. Also, got an update, more so analysis update. This is coming from KJR. They just spoke to Mike Holmgren an hour ago. And Mike Holmgren is saying that the Seahawks need to take Michael Penix at 16.
You said that?
Mike Holmgren.
Well, Mike Holmgren doesn't have any say.
No, but it's an interesting nugget.
It is an interesting nugget. I'm very interested to see if that's going to be the case. It's going to be fun. Well, one of my favorite things to do after the draft, especially when you pick a position, like a skill position, is to just go out and watch the highlights. Just go watch the tape for a little bit. Let the guys' best plays kind of make you believe a little bit. And Michael Penix Jr. has quite the tape, so I'd be excited if that was the case. But once you come back down to earth a little bit, you'd be like, maybe with Byron Murphy, maybe a better selection. Can Michael Penix lead you to the Super Bowl? I don't know.
We're at 278 likes right now. If you want the Seahawks to have a great draft and to make a great pick, like the video, we need 20 more to get to 300. I'm going to take a beer chug when we get to 300, but we need your help. 20 more of you. Where are you guys at? Like the video. Do your part. Don't want the Seahawks to take a running back with their first-round pick. The way you can stop that from happening is by liking the video and help us get to 300 likes. 18 more. Like it up. Yeah. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do an ad read here for Game Time. And while I do this ad read, I want to see if we can get to 300 likes when we come back. Can you guys make it happen? Can we get 10 more likes while I'm doing this ad read? Let's see if you guys can make it happen. 10 more while I tell you about Game Time. Today's show is sponsored by Game Time. Game Time, the place to go for the best seats, the lowest prices guaranteed. tickets to sporting events, concerts, theater productions, comedy shows, and more. And if you're going to a Mariners game, maybe you're getting tickets here in a couple weeks to go see your Seattle Seahawks this season. Game Time has got it all for you. Choose the event you want to go to. They get the prices listed. And then from there, you pick the seat you want and see if you like that seat or not. From there, you can check out the seat and look for a flash deal. And you're buying your tickets just like that on Apple Pay, Google Pay, Venmo, all major credit card providers. They make it easy and simple for you with Game Time, folks. Download Game Time today. Get $20 off your first purchase when you use the promo code ChatSports at checkout. That's Game Time. Download it today. Terms and conditions to apply. The link going in the chat right now. Promo code ChatSports for $20 off. Download Game Time today. You will be glad you did. Game Time, proud partner of Seahawks Today. All right. So, we did reach 300 likes, by the way. So, I will take a nice beer chug for us reaching 300 likes as the Patriots are about to make their pick. Drake May to the New England Patriots. There's the pick. New England goes with Drake May at number 3 overall. The quarterback from North Carolina. He's been a prodigy for a long time. He was viewed as one of the top quarterbacks in his high school class coming out of Huntersville, North Carolina. And I know right away people are going to bring up Mitch Trubisky because they went to the same school. But that's about the only similarity between these two. Drake May could have gone anywhere, but wanted to stay close to home and play for the Tar Heels, where his family had connections to, where he grew up, the team he cheered on. A lot of comparisons to Justin Herbert. He's fluid in his explosive release with velocity to drive the ball downfield, has the ability to operate in structure and out of structure, sometimes tries to do too much, leading to some boneheaded mistakes, but overall there's a whole lot more good than bad. Last year, he had a very good campaign where he found himself kind of carrying this team on his back. The defense was so bad there in New England that the offense was having to do everything with the New England Patriots. The year prior, he was ACC Player of the Year. This year, his stats were down a little bit, but still it was very good. 24 touchdowns, 9 picks, over 3,600 yards, completion percentage of 63%. This is somebody that looks the part. Drake May is my second favorite quarterback in this class. If he were to come out any other year where Caleb Williams wasn't involved, we'd be talking about Drake May, I think, as the best quarterback most years. I think this is a great pick. And for the New England Patriots, Smitty, a team that's dealt with Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi, I think they got a significant upgrade here.
Absolutely. I mean, this is the best Patriots quarterback since Tom Brady, and there's really no question about it. Really no question about it. I think he's going to be a surefire selection there for New England.
So 3 picks, 3 quarterbacks so far. Caleb Williams to the Bears, Jaden Daniels to the Commanders, and Drake May to the New England Patriots.
Now, the Arizona Cardinals are now on the clock. If they don't get a good offer for this pick, looking like Marvin Harrison Jr. will be up next.
So the Cardinals, obviously the lowest threat within our division here in the NFC West. But even with that said, Smitty, you still have a decent quarterback in Kyler Murray. You might get Marvin Harrison Jr. here. You got a couple of pieces on that team. They overachieved a bit with Jonathan Gannon. They were better than everybody thought they were. I'm not concerned about Arizona right now, but I like the foundation that they're building here. I'm keeping an eye out at least on that Arizona team. They're kind of sneaking. They're in the distance.
They're gonna get better. There's really only way for them to get.
Their worst football is behind them.
I agree.
And that's not great for the rest of this division and for the Seattle Seahawks. The Arizona Cardinals will be a better team this weekend. After tonight, especially if they end up with Marvin Harrison Jr. here. Now, there also is a possibility. Does Minnesota trade up here right now for J.J. McCarthy, or do they
Cardinals
wait
are
till 5 or stay at 11?
Cardinals are taking phone calls. I know they are.
Let's see what happens. Like the video, folks. We're at 400 people watching, 325 likes. Can we get 25 more likes? Can you guys make it happen? Like the video if you want the Seahawks to have a great draft. If you want Seattle to avoid drafting a running back, then like the video, my friends. Let's see. People are still giving you a hard time about not knowing John Kitna months ago.
Wild.
I see somebody in the chat saying Kitna better than Caleb Williams. Have you since done your research on John Kitna?
God, no. He's not worth my time.
Wow.
I know he stinks. He stunk, at least.
Oh, man. Pick is in for Arizona, so I don't think they're making a trade. Sounds like this is going to be Marvin Harrison Jr. here. And Jordan Schultz is reporting it will be Marvin Harrison Jr. Yes. All right. So Marvin Harrison Jr. expected to be the pick by the Arizona Cardinals here. So far, pretty chalk for this draft with all 4 picks to this point. Caleb Williams at 1, followed by Jaden Daniels at 2, Drake May at 3, and Marvin Harrison Jr. here, the number 4 pick to the Arizona Cardinals. Goodell on the stage now. Here's the announcement. And there it is. Marvin Harrison Jr. to the Arizona Cardinals.
We have chalk so far.
So far. With that number 4 pick. So you look at Arizona now. You add Marvin Harrison Jr. Michael Wilson's there. Chris Moore, that'll be your receiving core. James Conner, solid back. We mentioned Kyler Murray there. And then you look at that defense. I like Budda Baker. I like Zaven Collins. I don't think this is a playoff team, but this is a team that you can't take lightly. They could still beat you on your down day.
Some people are saying that this is the best wide receiver prospect since Larry Fitzgerald or Calvin Johnson. He's a can't-miss project. Our own Tom Downey has him as the number 1 overall player. Over Caleb Williams, over Jaden Daniels, over Drake May. The number 1 overall player. Apparently he's can't miss. He's been talked about to be a top 5 pick for the better part of 2 years.
He's been thought of to be better than his own father, who was a Hall of Famer. Scouting report on Marvin Harrison Jr. Rare fluidity, movement, and route running skills for a player of his stature. Gets open and makes plays like he's already an NFL caliber wide receiver 1. Hasn't even reached his ceiling after the catch. I did not see one negative from Tom Downey on that scouting report there.
Said he's one of the best players he's ever scouted.
Incredible. Here's your first 4 picks. Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Marvin Harrison Jr. Your first 4 picks so far for this draft. Smitty, I got something I want to offer, as we might be getting a trade offer here. Here's what I will offer the 12s. For the next minute, I'll even further that. Let's go the next 5 minutes. Every $5 super chat that comes in, I'll take a shot.
I like that.
While the Chargers are on the clock, the next 5 minutes, every $5 super chat, I'm taking a shot. We're putting 5. The Chargers are on the clock, and now Seahawks Today viewers, you're on the clock for the next 5 minutes. Let's see how many shots I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do at least 5 here. Every $5 super chat for the next 5 minutes while the Chargers are on the clock, I will do a shot sale. You know, we do this on game days. When we drink, we score, right? Well, I'm of the belief tonight when we drink, we draft well. I mean, what do they call it? The liquor courage? Let's get some liquor courage tonight.
Liquor courage. As Mark Sanchez said, I want the lead, baby.
All right, that's one. One from Mark Sanchez. Let's tally this up. What do they call this on the Raiders show? They got a term for this.
For what?
For
like when we
their
drink, we
shot
score?
sales.
Oh, I don't know.
Like fishbowl or something?
But they're coming in hot.
Oh, okay. D. Weller, Kelly Smith. We're at 4 now.
Marvin Sanchez. Mark Sanchez says Marvin Harrison Jr. will be just as good as Moss. Sucks we have to compete with the guy for the next 10 years. Yeah. Yeah, he's going to be a Cardinal for quite a while. Quite a while. D. Weller sending in a 5.
D. Weller.
Shout out to you. And then
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Kelly Smith.
Kelly.
Says, shot. Everybody! That's 2. So that's the 3 so far.
Oh, boy.
And then Phobia says, let's get it.
Get it, boy.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy is right.
Shot sale. 3 minutes to go on the clock. Every $5 super chat, I'm taking a shot.
Hell yeah.
John Smith.
John
says
Smith.
shot.
There's more where that came from.
Oh, there's more.
Uh-oh. Unbelievable.
Another from John Smith.
Oh, John Smith said, screw it. We'll go back to back.
Let's go, 12s. We're all in on the shot clock.
Come on. We're 235 away from another boot, and I might just take it down. I don't know. Maybe we'll vote with the chat who
Two and a
want
half.
to see knock down the second boot.
We're halfway through on the clock, and there's more.
Oh, boy. They're
Fly
coming in
Fisher
hot.
Tom.
Not a shot, but says Seahawks should get Dallas Turner. I agree with you.
I love that. I just don't think he's there at 16.
I agree with you, Fly Fisher.
A couple more.
Oh, my goodness. Dano Schmack with a 5.
Dano, thank you. Poopsie says the Boot Hall of Fame is displayed in their living room.
That is electric. That's amazing. So, wow.
Poopsie, I might have to come visit. I want to see this for myself. You
We'd
guys
love to see
are
that.
in Austin or something, so I might have to come down there and check.
Another one. Here comes
Jose's
Sanchez.
asking, what does $20 get me? That would get you 4 shots right now, Jose.
And it would get you, it would get you 4 shots.
4 shots, and it would get you 2 raffle tickets.
Because normally shots are 20.
But this is a sale right now. Mark with another 5.
Shotty for the body.
Shotty for the body. And then John Smith with another 5.
Oh my goodness.
Shot clock is ticking. This might be a record for shot clock.
This might be a record for a shot clock. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I'm losing track.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 shots so far. And there's still a minute on the clock.
11, excuse me. It's 11.
11, and there's still a minute on the clock.
Oh my goodness.
How many more?
If you guys are just joining us, Seahawks today's draft coverage of the 2024 NFL Draft. The first 4 picks have gone chalk. Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Marvin Harrison
Another.
Jr. And
It's
another.
Jose says,
He's intrigued. I think we're at 13 now. I might have to take some down with you, so you're not absolutely on the floor.
John Smith says, remember, these guys aren't good at math, so somebody keep track.
Another.
Adam Weeks.
Weeks.
Miami Vice, Papa Jones.
Oh
Woo!
my. Oh yeah, that is what you're looking like. That is something that Pitbull would wear. That is a suit that Pitbull would wear.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
Fireball.
Fireball.
Uh-oh.
Oh! Jose with 4 shots.
Oh my God. I might have to take some of these down. The pick is in for the Chargers, but will it be their pick is the question.
Okay, clock has run out.
Oh my goodness. Clock has run out as Dano gets the last one in. Oh, excuse me, Poopsie gets the last one in.
Poopsie.
Dan the Miller says
Dano.
shot. Smitty, your turn. When the Chargers make their pick, and we have a little bit of time there for the Giants, who knows what they'll do. We'll take down all these shots. Oh, my goodness.
my gosh.
John Smith saying shot. Dano Schmack with 2 shots.
That's a record.
Absolutely a record.
Oh!
My goodness.
1
Galvin!
with a $50 super chat. Bang!
Oh, my God. That
Let's
doesn't
go,
count for the
Hawks.
shots.
Excited for the season.
But that is a Seahawks sauce.
That's the Seahawks sauce. That was just after the buzzer on the shot clock. But don't worry, we'll still do Seahawks sauce. Everybody spam 1 in the chat.
Juan absolutely murdering the game.
Everybody spam 1. How about that? Let's go, Hawks. Excited for the season.
Wow.
That puts us at $900 in super chats. We're 100
We're 100 away
Dust
from
Boot.
another boot.
1. Here is the Seahawks sauce for you.
Oh, my goodness.
1. Much appreciated.
And here we go. Chargers on the clock here. Who's it going to be? Who's this selection
They're
gonna
making
be?
a pick.
They're
No
making
trade?
the pick.
No trade. It's going to be Joe Alt, I think. Let's see.
Spoiler alert.
Joe Alt. So no trade. So do the Vikings feel pretty confident J.J. McCarthy's going to be there at 11?
I think they do at this point. Maybe the Chargers declined their trade offer and they said, screw it, we're not going to offer you anymore. He'll be there at 11.
So let's
Let's
talk about J.J. real quick, and then I'll get to Joe Alt here.
Okay.
That J.J. situation. So if you're the Chargers, if this works out, if he falls to you at 11 and you still keep your other first-round pick too,
It's a win.
that's a big win.
Big win. You could take they're not going to take a receiver there, but you could get some help on the defensive side where they've lost a lot of pieces.
So, but if it doesn't, they're going to look like dumbasses. So, I was talking to our boy Patrick Seatman, Vikings now, friend of the show. This GM's putting his job on the line right here for the Vikings because if they miss out on JJ, if this
Wait.
bites them in the ass,
Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah,
if this bites them in the ass and they don't get JJ, that's a bad look.
bad look. 'Cause he can't. I'm confident that they will be starting Sam Darnold for most of, if not all, the entire next season. But man, it's not exactly encouraging for the future in a bad rookie draft class next year.
All right, let's talk Joe Alt here. Best tackle in this draft. He's a massive human being, Smitty. 6'8", 5'8", so he's really 6'9". That's incredible. 321. Plug-and-play left tackle who could be a starter for a decade or more. Massive size, incredible fluid athlete. Might not be a road grader in the run game at any point in his career. Now, Justin Herbert's got his starting left tackle of the future. He is a Jim Harbaugh guy. He will fit right in. This, to me, if the Chargers didn't get the trade offer they were looking for, if they had to settle, if you will, this is a pretty good thing to settle on for the Chargers here.
I totally agree. Is he going to play right tackle over there, or is he going to play left tackle?
I think he's playing left tackle.
Is Rashawn Slater is their right tackle right now?
I believe so.
Okay, they have their bookend tackles for the next decade. Good for Justin Herbert, who took a lot of hits last year.
Yeah, that's a nice pick. That's a nice pick. I do wonder. I am very curious. I want to know. We need one of these insiders to leak. Did they turn down an offer from the Vikings, or did the Vikings even make an offer? I gotta know this. That's what I'm most curious about with this pick. 10 minutes on the clock. Well, that's true. That's true. How many shots did we end up owing? $18 shots. 19 shots. And then, wow! It's Jose with a $100 $10 Super Chat.
Bang!
Jose! Jose!
Well, how about this? Jose, 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 Jose. Let's go!
Hip hip Jose!
Hip hip Jose!
Hip hip Jose! Spam Jose! Spam Jose!
When are we gonna fit this boot in, man? My goodness.
$3 away from the boot.
The pick is in for the Giants. Probably going to be Malik Neighbors.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do, folks. We do owe boot when we get $3 more.
Oh, my goodness.
We will make it a jungle boot to pay off some of these shots we owe.
Yeah.
But I will get a little creative.
Here comes the Giants selection, by
As
the
the
way.
Giants make their pick, I think they're going Neighbors here.
They go McCarthy.
I think they're going Neighbors. Let's see.
Malik Neighbors it is.
Malik Neighbors. Okay. Malik Neighbors. Let's talk about this pick real quick.
I mean, he's a dog. At the end of the day, this guy's a dog.
And there's the $10 Super Jet from John, putting us at 1,000, so that's another boot coming. Let's talk Neighbors, and then we'll pay off accordingly. Neighbors, number 2 receiver in this draft, 6 foot, 199, number 2 receiver on Downey's big board, the number 2 overall player in this year's draft, and was just incredible this past year with LSU. Really just did it all when it came to what he brought to this LSU Tigers offense, which was the best offense in college football. Him alongside Brian Thomas. Of course, Jaden Daniels tossed him the football. Worthy of being a number 1 in almost any other draft class. Explosive, big play machine with dynamic ability once the ball's in his hands. Won't be a great jump ball guy at his size, but the big play ability. You look at what the New York Giants are. That offense was abysmal last year. Daniel Jones, he ain't that guy. But if there's any hope for Daniel Jones or whoever the next quarterback is, Malik Neighbors is going to do wonders to help that offense out. And I think Brian Dable is going to fall in love with this guy. He's going to thrive in that Dable system.
I agree. I mean, they've been begging for a weapon on that team for the longest time, and it looks like they're going to go into next season with Daniel Jones, barring a trade up and back into the first round for potentially Michael Penix. Man, he's going to be a dynamic playmaker for the G-Men. I wholeheartedly believe it.
All right. John Smith with a $10 Super Chat. That gets him another entry into the raffle. That also puts us at $1,000 in Super Chats tonight, which means we do owe another boot. John, much appreciated. Thank you, my guy, for that. Boot coming up. Here's what I'm thinking, Smitty.
Okay.
Hear me out on this.
What do you got?
So, we got 18 shots to pay off.
Yeah.
I'm going to put half of them in this boot
Oh, my God.
and just try to chug 9 shots.
Oh, my goodness.
And then we'll put the other half in Das Boot and make it a jungle.
I could get down. I could do the jungle boot.
Okay, so Smitty's going to do the jungle boot. I'm going to do 9 shots out of the boot by itself. And we'll see how this goes.
So how do you want to get that boot ready to roll here?
I'll get it ready.
Okay.
I need a little bit more. Okay.
Oh, my goodness. Are you kidding me?
That's about 9 shots worth, right? Now, this isn't going to go down like a boot. I can tell you that much. This might take a minute.
You just got to hammer it, though. There cannot be any hesitance here draining that much tequila, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you will, either
This is
choke
vodka.
it, you'll either
Actually.
choke
This is
it.
vodka, actually.
Oh, vodka.
Tito's vodka.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what you like, that could also make you choke up a little bit, too.
9 shots just from the boot. This isn't the beer boot that Smitty's about to do.
That's a lot of vodka. That's like borderline too much.
We are still a ways away from the Seahawks pick.
Oh, my God, we're so far away.
All right. Here we go. Spam chug.
Spam chug. Oh my God,
Ugh.
dude. That smells. I could smell it from here.
I'm already regretting this.
That's terrible. Oh my God. He's chugging. Guys. Is he going to be okay? Is he going to be okay? Yeah, I would say, John Smith, chugging that much Tito's? Oh my God, he's choking up. Oh my God. Don't throw up, please.
Oh.
Oh my God. Shout out no one with the $5 super chat. Says we got Penix and Sam does great. What is it you think happens?
Oh my Lord.
Who knows? I mean, we still have Geno on the roster too. That's why I don't think that they'll be going quarterback.
John says, Tyler, maybe don't do this. Too late.
Dude,
oh.
guys. I don't know if I'm going to be okay. I'm drinking a vodka beer boot.
A vodka beer boot for Smitty. All right.
I don't know what happens in that situation, no one. It's one of those things where that's why I don't think Seattle's taking a quarterback here.
I'm not going to lie. I'm sweating after that.
Yeah, I can imagine. The pick is in for the for the Titans, which makes me feel like this draft is moving along very quickly here.
Quicker than I expected.
7 picks in, we're not even an hour in yet. Kelly Smith says, Team Smith out here, baby. Yeah! Shout out John Kelly and, of course, myself.
Kelly Smith, much love to you. All right.
You know, these people who are super chatting, they have been members of the channel for a long time. And that's why you guys subscribe to the channel.
Sub it up.
Sub it up. We want to move the wheel of subs here. We haven't gained as many subs as I maybe imagined here so far. I'm putting the sub link in the chat maybe to make things a little easier for you guys.
Yes. We're going to be, if you're having a great time tonight, we're going to do this all again coming up on Saturday. So don't miss out.
Oh my goodness, man.
Spin the wheel of subs. Sub. Sub for Seahawks dubs this season. I'm going to go get the boot ready for Smitty.
I'll hold down the fort.
Smitty, in the meantime.
What kind of deal are you going to make after doing that nonsense just now?
After doing that nonsense. Tell you what, I need to burn some calories after that.
Okay.
Every $5 super chat that comes in, I will do 5 jumping jacks.
Okay.
A little non-alcohol related.
That might make you throw up.
I need to burn some calories after that. Every $5 super chat, 5 jumping jacks, while I go get the boot ready for Smitty. Smitty's going to hold things down.
On the clock. The Titans pick is in.
Here we go.
You're watching the NFL draft on Seattle Seahawks today. The Giants have selected Malik Neighbors. Obviously, we got things kicked off with the Bears selecting Caleb Williams, the blue chip prospect out of USC, the consensus number 1 pick in the draft for quite a while now. And the consensus number 2 for what seems like a good month or so has been Jaden Daniels. He goes number 2 overall to Washington. Drake May at number 3 was really where we thought the draft would begin, but signs pointed to Drake May going number 3 overall to New England. Number 4, Marvin Harrison Jr., a can't-miss prospect as far as the wide receiver position goes, going number 4. Tom Downey had him ranked as the number 1 overall prospect in this draft, ahead of Williams May and Jaden Daniels. So, could this guy be the next Larry Fitzgerald in Arizona? Who knows? The Chargers shore up their offensive line, selecting blue chip tackle Joe Alt there at number 5. Another kind of a can't-miss guy from a lot of people's standpoints. The Giants decided to go with Malik Neighbors at number 6 to round out the top 6 picks in this draft. And who's going to Tennessee next up? It's a question we're waiting for at this point in time. The pick is in. The commissioner's coming out. Let's see who goes to Tennessee. Because, listen, people thought that Tennessee was going to be the team that Joe Alt fell into. People thought J.J. McCarthy was going to be going to the side of the top 5, being traded up for. But who is going to be the pick here for the Tennessee Titans? The Tennessee Titans select J.C. Latham, number 7 overall. So they do go tackle, just happens to be the number 2 tackle selected in the top 7. Tom Downey has him as the number 5 offensive tackle and the 25th overall player. Is this a reach by Tennessee? Is this a reach going J.C. Latham at 7? Now, we do have a Super Chat deal going on right now. Tyler Jones will be doing jumping jacks, 5 jumping jacks for every $5 Super Chat that comes in. But J.C. Latham going off the board at number 7. Atlanta Falcons now on the clock. Let's tell you a little bit more about J.C. Latham, the big boy out of Alabama. J.C. Latham, a plug-and-play option at the right tackle spot, although some teams could try him at guard, so maybe he's potentially a guard there. I don't believe so, because I think they got Skoronski, I believe, last year. So their interior of their offensive line is not the issue. I believe it's the tackle spot that Tennessee went ahead and drafted Latham for. Impressive power to go along with massive length and hand size. But the knock on him is he's slow-footed and too aggressive at times, so that could result in a couple of sacks on their new franchise quarterback, Will Levis, who they selected last year in the 2nd round. Interesting selection here by the Tennessee Titans. Probably didn't know exactly what they were going to do as Joe Alt went off the board, and I don't think anybody went ahead and traded up with him because there was no threat of them taking J.J. McCarthy. Now, I will be taking down the Jungle Boot here. As did the Atlanta Falcons just make a crazy move that, oh my God. By the way, I think we have to switch to ESPN. They're way ahead. Unless that's cable that's way ahead here. Because Michael, oh my God. Oh my God. Now we have to get through some super chats here as what just happened? Tyler's back, but there is absolute pandemonium going on the draft boards right now. This is insane. We do have a bunch of super chats that we did get.
How many jumping jacks?
Now we didn't see all of these earlier.
Okay. Pro tip: maybe don't put the 12s in the shot clock. No. We'll just get creative. We'll do different types of shot clock. Doesn't always have to be great. But John Smith, thanks for that 20 there. And that is
Ooh, shot. Will do. Much appreciated, John Smith. I'll add a couple more entries there to you. Much appreciated. Thank you, John. All right. So Atlanta. This is getting wild with Atlanta here. Atlanta going Penix.
Atlanta is going Michael Penix. They just signed Kirk Cousins.
Penix at 8 to Atlanta. What a shocker. If you watched NFL Daily yesterday, we talked about this rumor, actually. Yes, that I talked about on NFL Daily yesterday. Michael Penix to the Atlanta Falcons. What a shocker. Before J.J. McCarthy.
He's going to have to sit. If he's staying in Atlanta,
this is wild.
He's going to have to sit.
This is not.
They signed Kirk Cousins to a 4-year deal.
I'm shocked. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. Why did you pay Cousins all that money if you were going to do this?
This makes no sense to me.
My mind is blown.
This is the one true shock of the first round. I don't think it's going to get any more shocking than this.
If the Falcons were going to go with Penix, why do you pay Cousins?
I'm baffled.
I don't
Is
understand.
he staying in Atlanta?
Well, Rusty says he needs to develop. He's 24 years old.
He's not exactly a spring chicken.
Like, you can't sit on the bench for long. Michael Penix going to the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, okay, let's even play this scenario. If Kirk Cousins gets 2 years as the starter, Penix is 26 at that point. I've seen a lot of things in my years covering the National Football League. This is one of the biggest surprises I've ever seen. My mind is blown right now, folks. Michael Penix to the Atlanta Falcons. Oh, my. Okay, so how every $5 super chat was 5 jumping jacks. James says if we drafted Sean Kemp, what position would he play, boys? I'd love to see Sean Kemp play tight end.
He's a big body. Jump high.
Get him in the red zone. Thanks, James, for that. That's 5. Another one. Jose, tips out for Jones. That's funny. There's 10 more. We're up to 15 now. Thriller. The thrill is here. I don't know what the Hawks are going to do. I'm not even going to stress it. We'll grab the right person. Go Hawks. Everything is kind of out the window now that Michael Penix has gone 8 to Atlanta at this point, Thriller. We're up to 20 jumping jacks now. It's Jose with a 20. Get the jumping, Tyler. I also hope these are going towards the raffle. You better believe it's Jose. You are definitely in this raffle. You got a lot of raffle tickets. Oh, yes. Oh, we got him. We got him. Yeah, I'm adding you to the raffle right now, Jose. Okay. So I was at 20 before this. That doubled. That's 40 jumping jacks now. Mark Sanchez with the 2. Penix just turned 24 today. I don't get it.
I'd get to jumping right now if I were you. I'd knock out 10 right now, and we have a lot of jumping jacks to go.
You know what? I'm going to knock them out all at once.
Knock them out all at once right now.
Here we go. 40 jumping jacks.
Bears got 4 minutes on the clock.
40 jumping jacks.
40 jumping jacks.
Smitty, well, I do my 40.
I'll do the boot right after if the Bears aren't picking by then.
Keep on telling Penix your thoughts, reaction while I get out my jumping jacks.
Yeah, here we go. Tyler's getting 40 jumping jacks down. You guys count him out. Make sure he's not bullshitting. Man, here he goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on. Michael Penix to the Falcons at 8. As this is a ridiculous stream. We got a guy doing jumping jacks. Well, I'm telling you about the most shocking draft pick that we've seen in a long time.
20, halfway home. 21.
He's halfway home.
23.
Is Michael Penix staying in Atlanta here? Like, what kind of decision making is that? 10 left.
34. 35.
I'm at a loss for words, guys. What are you guys thinking? Let's look at the chat here.
40. Yes. We did it.
Some people are saying let's get Bo Nix. That's ridiculous.
No.
Let's get. Caleb then says let's get the center from Oregon instead, Jackson Powers Johnson. I'd be a fan of him. Oh,
is JJ now a possibility for Seattle?
I guess so. Is JJ McCarthy going to be a Seahawk? That's suddenly become a possibility.
I'm gassed. 40 jumping jacks after all that alcohol.
The Bears pick is in.
Rome Odunze.
And they go with.
So the Huskies go back-to-back.
Rome Odunze back-to-back playmakers for the Washington Huskies.
I'm not going to lie. After those jumping jacks, I need to take the jacket off for a minute.
Yeah, man. My goodness. What a pick. Tell the folks about Rome Odunze.
I like Rome Odunze a lot. He's got the right size. 6'3", basically. 212. Dynamic playmaker. Good build. Moves well. Contested catch machine due to his ability to track the ball well. Play in traffic. Can be a little heavy coming out of breaks, especially with the top routes. Now you pair him up with Caleb Williams. You already have Keenan Allen there. You got DJ Moore. all of a sudden, Shane Waldron is sitting there with a sneaky good offense. And they got some good running backs there. I think you're looking at the Chicago Bears having, I know this may sound crazy, there's no reason why this shouldn't be one of the best offenses in the National Football League next year. I really like this addition, Rome Odunze, to this receiving core. You get a young guy at the same age as Caleb Williams, both of them coming out at the same time. They can grow together here. Watch out for the Chicago Bears. This will be a playoff team in 2024. I am high on Chicago. I get question marks about the coaching staff, but I like everything else there with the Chicago Bears. Very good pick by the Bears, going with Rome Odunze. Smitty, that receiving core, that's a three-headed monster now.
Absolutely. I mean, they have a top 5 receiving core in the NFL. Not better than Seattle's, obviously. Let's be honest here. But, man, Rome Odunze to the Bears. They are dangerous in the NFC now.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, man.
Now the Jets are on the clock. I would expect Brock Bowers here.
I would as well. But wouldn't rule out tackle, maybe Olu Fashanu.
If you're Aaron Rodgers, one of the reasons why you left the Green Bay Packers was because they kept refusing to draft first-round skill position talent. You get Bowers, Aaron Rodgers would be smiling. That would be Rodgers' guy. And we already know they have Garrett Wilson and
Oh,
the Vikings are on the clock now. We got to trade. Vikings are moving up one spot.
They're getting their guy. Well, wait, why does this, wait. This makes no sense. Did the Jets threaten to take JJ and sit behind Rodgers?
Or did somebody else call?
That's true. I actually wouldn't hate that if I was the Jets, by the way.
Jets are trading. The Vikings are on the clock now.
There's no way they gave up another first for this, right?
No.
We don't know what the Jets have received yet, but the Vikings are on the clock now.
I think the Vikings got a situation where they said, we can't miss on JJ now. We can't take a chance. After seeing Penix go at 8.
Yeah.
So they're moving one spot. The Jets it says, are moving to 11. They are swapping.
Okay. So they're swapping. They get a 4th and a 5th. That's a good haul for the Jets.
To go down one spot, yeah, that's pretty good. And the Vikings will hold on to their other first.
Wow, that's a good deal for Minnesota. They're getting their guy.
Minnesota, this should be the J.J. McCarthy pick here.
Wow, man, this has been a wild draft so far.
All right. And the Jets, that's a pretty good situation because if you want Bowers, you're still going to get him at 11.
Absolutely. I don't hate this. Somebody must have threatened to move up and get JJ. Could it have been Seattle? Who knows?
Let's see.
Let's before we get to this pick, we find out who it is. Let's talk about game time.
It will be J.J. McCarthy, just confirmed.
Okay, cool.
J.J. McCarthy to the Minnesota Vikings at number 10 as the Vikings make the trade. We'll talk more about J.J. McCarthy here in just a moment, but first, let's tell you about today's sponsor. That is Game Time. Game Time, the place to go for the best tickets, best seats, lowest prices guaranteed. Whether you're looking for tickets to sporting events, concerts, theater productions, and more, Game Time has got it all for you, folks. You choose the event you want to go to. Prices are listed. Choose the seat you want. Maybe stumble upon a flash deal. See if you like that seat or not. And then from there, you're checking out with Apple Pay, Google Pay, Venmo, all major credit card providers. And you can save $20 off your first purchase when you use the promo code ChatSports at checkout. That's promo code ChatSports for $20 off. Link is in the comments and description of today's video. Going in the chat right now as well. Game Time, proud partner of Seahawks Today. Download Game Time. Terms and conditions do apply. The link in the comments and description of today's video. All right. So, the Vikings trade up one spot to 10. They get their guy, J.J. McCarthy, quarterback from the University of Michigan. Won a national championship with the Michigan Wolverines. He will replace Kirk Cousins there in Minnesota, which is fascinating considering the Atlanta Falcons paid all that money for Kirk Cousins and they end up drafting Michael Penix. But nonetheless, J.J. McCarthy wins the national championship with Michigan. But the big thing about J.J. McCarthy, he looks the part. He's athletic as hell. He's very accurate. He's got good arm strength. It looks like everything's there, right? But here's the thing. Michigan won the national championship this year not because of J.J. McCarthy. He was kind of along for the ride. They were very run-heavy. They didn't depend on McCarthy to make plays. And the big question about J.J. McCarthy entering the National Football League is, will he be able to be that playmaker? Will he be able to be that difference maker? And we should find out pretty quickly when it comes to J.J. McCarthy if he is going to be that guy or not. When you play alongside Justin Jefferson and that dynamic offense there in Minnesota, we're going to learn a lot about J.J. McCarthy here. Smitty, you look at this for the Minnesota Vikings. We knew they needed a quarterback. They go with a guy that, sure, there's some questions there, but this is who they've zeroed in on. And for them not to have to trade up to 5, to only go up to 10, I like how they manage this situation.
They have a great offensive line. They have great weapons, maybe arguably the best weapons in the NFL, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and TJ Hawkinson there as receiving weapons. They have a lot of talent on this team. Definitely need some more pieces on defense, but they got their guy for the next decade.
Yeah. J.J. McCarthy, next quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings with the number 10 overall pick. Smitty, you ready to pay off this boot?
Yeah, let's pay it off. Well, we got some more Super Chats to run through real quick. My goodness, man. What a draft so far.
A lot of fun here on the channel tonight.
I can't get over Michael Penix to the Falcons. There has to be more info about that coming out to make that make sense, because it doesn't really make sense. It doesn't make sense to me right now. All right, couple more Super Chats. It's Jose getting involved, saying, let's make Smitty do something. What's the cost? Well, I'm about to do a boot, brother. About to do a boot.
We'll come up with something after. We'll come up with a shot clock game for Smitty. I'll let him choose.
All right.
James with a 5 says, can you imagine Penix plus all those weapons? Think about that, guys. Wow. Yeah, I mean, if you're the Falcons, you think about it, it's kind of the Steelers' approach of, we got 2 quarterbacks, one of them's going to work. If Cousins
isn't healthy, who knows?
If he isn't healthy, if he shits the bed, then you got another option.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I think Falcons are going to be fine at quarterback either way.
Not that one.
So we'll see. But, James, thanks for that $5 super chat.
Let's get to 400 likes here while I take down this boot.
Yes, we are at 500 people watching right now. We're less than 20 likes away from 400. If you want the Seahawks to make a great pick, to not screw up this draft, like the video. While Smitty knocks out this boot, do your part, like the video. Let's see what Smitty can do on this boot. I did not get him Corona. We do have to add some liquor to it. We got the 9 shots of Tito's for Smitty.
Here we go. NFL draft. Seahawks are only 5 picks away.
Here we go.
They not formally announced it on here yet?
No, they're well behind. All right. Over under 20 seconds for Smitty. I was 19-7. Can Smitty do better than 19-7?
Let us know in the chat.
O for over, U for under. Get your predictions in now. Spam chug. And let's get this thing going. Spam chug.
Guys, this boot is filled to the brim.
We got beer. We got vodka. We got it all. Spam chug. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. And he's off. Spam chug. Spam chug. Oh, he's taking it down. That thing's going down. A little bit of spillage, but nice recovery. Still going. Still going. Still going. Down to the wire. Bang! 13-3-5. Let's go. Let's go. Leaving me hanging. Oh, there we go. Yeah. He did it for JSN. For JSN. Our first-round pick last year. And we reached 400 likes. Cheers. Oh. So 5 quarterbacks in the first 10 picks.
That's wild. Penix before McCarthy is wild, too.
The Falcons liked Penix for whatever reason. I want to know more what happened there.
There will be more reports coming out about what exactly happened there with, wow. 5 quarterbacks, 3 receivers, 2 O-linemen, no differentiation, 3 position groups in the top 10 picks.
If you're a Falcon fan, are you pissed tonight?
Yeah, you have to be, right? Because they still need pieces on that defense. They still need a corner.
Could have had Dallas Turner.
Could have had Quinyon Mitchell, who they need to pair another cornerback up alongside A.J. Terrell. You can't succeed with just one all-pro corner.
All right. So the Jets going on the clock here. We expect them to go with Brock Bowers. We'll see what they do. Smitty, the chat wanted you. Jets are going to go with Olu Fanoshu. So Brock Bowers is a possibility for Seattle. John, get on the phone right now. Get on the phone right now. Trade up, go get Brock. Go get Brock. John Schneider, go get Brock right now. Go get Brock right now. Here's what we got. Olu Fanoshu's going to the Jets here with this pick at 11. Fashanu, thank you. Broncos, Raiders, Saints, Colts. And any of those teams could go for Brock. If I'm John, I'm picking up the phone right now. Go get Brock Bowers. Smitty, are you making that call?
I'm making the call. I'm seeing how much it costs because Seattle doesn't have a second-round pick. Would they ask for a third? I don't know if I want to give up 81. If it only costs a fourth and a fifth, I'm doing it.
I'm going to get Brock Bowers right now. Go get Brock right now. Let's see. Here's the pick so far. Here we go. Caleb Williams, 1 to the Bears. 2, Jane Daniels to the Commanders. 3, Drake May to the Patriots. 4, Marvin Harrison Jr. to the Cardinals. And then the draft really started to get interesting. When the Chargers stayed at 5, no trade, they get Joe Alt from Notre Dame at offensive tackle. Neighbors goes to the Giants at 6. J.C. Latham goes to the Titans at 7, the offensive tackle. And then the Falcons shocked the world, going with Michael Penix Jr. at 8. The Bears go with Rome Odunze at 9. The Vikings trade up to 10 to go get J.J. McCarthy, the quarterback from Michigan. And that is where we're at right now with the Jets on the clock. No defensive players off the board for Seattle yet either.
Wild. There's a lot available at Seattle's.
We're not trading down now.
No, you can't. You can't. The quarterback's going for high is money for Seattle.
We're not trading down now. We might even trade up potentially. We might go get Brock. We might go get Dallas Turner. We might get Byron Murphy. We are at the very least staying at 16.
One of Byron Murphy, Dallas Turner, Quinyon Mitchell. I mean, Brock Bowers.
Cooper DeJean.
One of those guys going to be there.
We are not trading down.
And the Jets.
All right. Yeah, I'm working the phone right now and seeing what I can do to go get Brock Bowers.
I love Brock Bowers, man. That'd be electric.
Brock Bowers is the best tight end prospect maybe I've ever seen. Okay. You put him in this offense, and it's going to change things. Lives are going to be saved. You add Brock Bowers to this mix. Jets pick official. Olu Fashanu, offensive tackle from Penn State. Protection for Aaron Rodgers there. They needed it. That offensive line was atrocious last year in New York. Not a bad pick. Now we wait. Could Seattle trade up? Could they trade up?
Scouting report on Olu. Prototypical size and athletic ability with great feet for blocking for a player so young. Mirrors well with size, athleticism, and spacing, so he's an all-around talent. Great pass blocking success, but will need to improve in the run game. Listen, the Jets are doing all they can to keep Aaron Rodgers protected. They'll probably end up going. I don't believe the Jets have a second-round pick, which is interesting because they're in need of a receiver alongside Garrett Wilson. I really thought that they would go with a receiving threat, and with the top receivers off the board, man, I thought Brock Bowers would be the pick here.
Yeah, I thought it would be too. I'm really hoping John's working the phone trying to get Brock. Broncos pick is in.
They're probably going to go Quinyon Mitchell.
Oh! Broncos are going Bo Nix.
No way. No way.
The Broncos have found their Russell Wilson replacement. They are going with Bo Nix.
Oh my God, somebody's going to be on the board at 16. We don't need to trade up.
Oh my Lord. Bo Nix to the Denver Broncos.
Oh my God.
So Sean Payton chases off Russ to go with Bo freaking Nix.
Are you kidding me?
Broncos are going to Bronco. Clowns. That fraud Bo Nix.
I mean, the Broncos are technically on the clock, but, man, that is insanity.
Oh, this is hilarious. That's hilarious.
Insane, baby.
Oh, this is comical. The number 12 overall pick on Bo freaking Nix?
Oh, my God,
You got to be
man.
kidding me.
Oh, my God.
This is hilarious.
The Seahawks are officially in range. One of Brock Bowers, Quinyon Mitchell, Byron Murphy, or I'm missing a name. Dallas Turner.
Dallas Turner.
So, like, the Seahawks, they better stay at 16, man.
No trading down. No trading down. We got a good player falling right in our lap.
This is insane.
We might trade up, but we're not trading down.
We can't.
Smitty, what's your shot clock offer? What would you like to offer?
I'll throw out a shot clock. If we get a $50 super chat by the time the Seahawks pick, I'll do. Actually, you know what? I can't do 50. If we get $100 in super chats by the time the Seahawks pick, I'll do another beer shotgun.
Hear that? $100 collectively speaking. Beer shotgun from Smitty.
$100. So it could be $250s, it could be $520s.
And I loaded up. I grabbed some
more
more
beer. You guys could crowdfund this shotgun right now. I'm trying to get lit for the Seahawks pick at 16.
Can we do it? Can we get $100 before the Seahawks pick at 16? 12s, can we make it happen?
This is amazing.
Can we make it happen? A beer shotgun for Smitty before the Seahawks pick. $100. Shot clock is on. Let's see. Bo Nix to the Broncos.
Are you kidding me? Bo Nix going 12 is insane.
Heading into tonight, Sean Payton had never drafted a quarterback in the first 2 rounds.
That's unbelievable, man.
You chased off Russ and all of that dead cap money to only end up with Bo Nix.
I mean,
this is going to end very poorly for the Denver Broncos.
Are you kidding me? Bo Nix to the Broncos at number 12. Tom Downey has him as the 86th overall prospect in this draft. But hey, Broncos, they needed a quarterback, man.
There is no bigger fraud in this draft than Bo Nix. He is still the same quarterback he was at the University of Auburn, folks. He went to Oregon, played in a quarterback-friendly system. He was 24 years old And, I mean, he should have been working at a nursing home, not playing college football at that point, but the COVID years and all that got him extra eligibility. He's got mobility. He's got agility. He gets the ball out quick.
Because he only throws it 5 yards.
He's a check down machine. At best, the Broncos are getting Alex Smith 2.0. At best.
That is the ceiling for Bo Nix, Alex Smith.
This is going to end bad, and I am all here for it. The Broncos
could very
have
well
been
be the worst.
cursed at the quarterback position since Peyton Manning left.
They could very well be the worst team in football this year.
I'm here for it. All right. Gordon Webb sent in a 20. We said we needed to get to 100 in Super Chats before the Seahawks pit for a Smitty boot. He said start here. And I'll take a shot for that, too.
I mean, my goodness, guys. What is going on?
Much appreciated, Gordon Webb. That also gets you 2 entries in the raffle. Cheers to you. And then...
Shout out Gordon. Sorry, I got to get these Super Chats up. I'm dealing with a little bit of internet lag here. We started here with...
Start with Gordon.
Yeah, it didn't update for me yet. Oh, boy, that's going to stink if that's the case. Okay, wait, never mind. We're good.
Okay, Gordon with the 20.
Gordon with the 20. Saying,
Start here. Good start. Puts us at 20.
We did get Doom before here. We didn't get to Doom yet.
Well, Doom sent that in before we started the challenge.
Before the challenge. So yes, thank you on that.
I really like Bowers. I would too. The man himself.
Man himself sent in a 5, so that's 25.
F it, Jordan Travis or Joe Milton in the 3rd round. Please no. Please no. Please no.
Here comes the official
but that puts
announcement
us
of
at
Bo Nix.
25.
Here's
and
no one. Puts us at 30.
With the pair, 30. Thank you, no one. And then it's Jose who's going for the MVP prize tonight. Making a strong
drink
run.
up, apparently.
You're about to drink up, Smitty. Okay, so that puts us
at 50.
At 50. Thank you, It's Jose. I'll take another shot for that as well, It's Jose. So we're halfway there.
Halfway there, and we're now over halfway there with Phobia sending in a 5. 55. So 45 away from me to knocking down a beer shotgun by the time the Seahawks pick.
45.
I mean, honestly, guys, I want you guys, this is a good time to bring this question back up because there's going to be so much talent available there on the board. Name a player you want Seattle to draft. Who do you guys want? Let us know in the chat. The Raiders are on the clock. What are they going to do here? They have a lot of needs.
They're not going to be drafting a quarterback. All those guys are gone.
Scooby's asking if we can get Dallas Turner. That's a possibility.
Potentially.
Wholeheartedly a possibility now.
Dallas Turner's a possibility. All the defensive players are still out there.
Oh my God, there hasn't been an defensive player selected yet. Are you kidding me?
All the defensive players. It has been all offense. Thomas Bridges brings that total to now 57. No, but they missed out on all the quarterbacks. All the QBs
Every quarterback
gone.
that could be selected in the top 2 rounds, because there was buzz of Bo Nix or Michael Penix even falling in round 2.
6 quarterbacks selected in the top 12.
Oh my goodness.
That's got to be a first, right?
Well, I imagine that Penix and Nix would actually both go today because of the 5th-year option being so valuable in a rookie contract for quarterbacks. So I imagine that would be the case. But I didn't imagine it being in the top 12.
Damn, Raiders are taking Bowers.
Damn, that's fun for Mitch, though. Fun for Mitchell Renz and the Raiders report.
Couple more here.
That's a little deflating, but.
I wanted Bowers. He's going to be a Raider.
Gordon Webb says, Murphy, please. That'll put us at 77.
77. Another shot I owe for that. Cheese taco. Aha, Broncos country. They died.
80s.
They died indeed.
That's a good
Cheers.
pun. That's a good pun, Mr. Cheese Taco.
That puts it at 87, right?
Yep, 87. And then...
One
Juarez, who's a first-time Super Chatter for Juan C.
Hawks!
C.
Hawks!
C.
Hawks! Spam one! Spam one!
And that puts us $3 away from me taking out a beer shotgun by the time the Seahawks pick. Oh my goodness.
Juan Juarez.
They're 2
Spam
picks
one.
away.
Spam one. Will we get $3 in the next 2 minutes for a Smitty shotgun?
You know what's a really funny graphic that we have here is we do have the big board available for best players available. We'll throw that up here for the next couple picks as Seattle inches closer.
Still every defensive player.
Every defensive player. Here come the Raiders pick. Look at the Brock Bowers.
Oh. There we go. A couple fives coming in. You're going to do that beer shotgun.
So, yeah. Oh wow. Okay, I'm doing that beer shotgun before the Seahawks pick.
Great work, everybody. Oh, and more.
Oh my goodness.
Running up the score. We're about another $300 away from another boot, by the way.
We'll get that done in just a moment. We're just going to talk about Brock Bowers real quick.
Brock Bowers to the Raiders. That Raiders team, they got a couple pieces, like Devontae Adams, obviously.
They have a bunch of big-name players, but it's not really all put together in Vegas.
It kind of reminds me of Colorado football, where you have some stars, right? They got the Shador Sanders, the Travis Hunters, but they don't have the team around. You have Devontae Adams, right? You have Mason, you have all these guys here. You have some big names. Bauer's going to fit in that bunch. I think he's going to be a superstar. I think he's a great pick for the Las Vegas Raiders here. But the Raiders still have plenty of issues to deal with. So, explosive. I think he's the best tight end prospect I've ever seen. I think he's going to be George Kittle 2.0, maybe even better than George Kittle. I think it's a great pick by the Las Vegas Raiders. Great job by them. New GM Tom Telesco getting that done. Yeah, great pick for the Raiders here. Some more Super Chats coming in. Drink up, MVP. MVP. Ruben with a 5. Thank you, Ruben. Much appreciated. Luke Slater with a 20. Personally, I would love Murphy to go to Seattle. It's certainly possible.
It's looking like that could be the case right here.
Every defensive player is still out there. Everyone. Ivory running up the score says, let's do this. I love it, Ivory. Robbins Palace with the 5. Thank you, Robbins Palace. And Robbins Palace is...
I did not see this. I'm so sorry, Robbins Palace, because you are a first-time Super Chatter for Robbins Palace. C.
Hawks!
C.
Hawks!
C.
Hawks!
Let's go! All right. Now, we know all these Super Chatters are subscribed. We want you to be too while we're covering the
Sub
NFL
it up.
draft here. Sub it up while I take down this beer shotgun.
Sub it up. Let's get to 52,000 subscribers before the end of the weekend. The latest happenings in your Seattle Seahawks. We're not just bringing you these live shows here. We're doing daily breakdowns here on the channel. Every single draft pick, news, analysis, and more. We got you covered each and every day. Spin the wheel of subs. Never miss a moment. We got you covered here on Seahawks Today. We are your Seahawks off-season headquarters. We'll be live again coming up on Saturday. Don't miss out. Seahawks Today, powered by Chat Sports. Sub it up. Let us know when you subscribe as well. I'm putting the sub link in the chat right now, so you make sure and join us each and every day here on the channel. We love talking Seahawks. We love hanging out with our 12s. You guys make this worthwhile. You guys make it a lot of fun. We can't do it without you. Here is a beer shotgun for Smitty.
12s? What up? Let's go! Let's go! I won't spill it on Tyler's laptop this time.
Yeah, don't give me the sticky laptop.
This is for you guys. You guys made
I'm
this happen.
I'm going to step away. I don't want him getting it on me either.
All right.
Spam 12.
Spam 12. Let's have a great pick, a great first round
Let's go.
selection. Just to make sure that happens.
Let's go.
Let's get lit.
Chug, 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 bang.
Oh my God.
There we go. He's feeling it. That's after a boot, too.
A lot of liquid today.
A lot of liquid.
A lot of liquid.
A lot of liquid today. It has been that type of day.
They're going to go defense. I don't know who this is.
Yeah. Let's see. Saints on the clock right now. Who will the Saints pick? The Saints are listening to trade offers, according to Rap Sheet.
Could it be Seattle? Could it be a team? Like, the thing is, like, O-tackle has gone early. The top wide receivers have gone early, so I wouldn't expect a receiver to go here if a team's looking for one.
How about the Raiders pairing up Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer together?
Yeah, interesting.
That's going to be a nice 1-2 punch.
And you still got Devontae Adams out there, Jacoby Myers.
They just need a quarterback.
Yeah, they need one bad. So I don't know. I don't know what exactly they're gonna do. Are they gonna?
Is Gardner Minshew starting day one for the,
100%,
the Raiders?
100%.
Like, this is how it's going to be. All right. We're getting closer to the Seahawks pick. We're waiting to see what the Saints do. Name a player you want the Seahawks to draft. Every defensive player is still out there for Seattle. Every single one. Who is it going to be? Get your predictions in now. Saints listening to trade offers. Waiting to see who the Saints pick will be.
Benjamin Albright reporting that Bo Nix was QB3 for the Broncos, behind Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams.
That sounds about right for Sean Payton.
Yeah. Bad evaluators over in Denver.
Sean Payton is the most overrated coach in the league. I mean, Drew Brees carried his ass to a Super Bowl. And after Drew Brees left town, things fell apart in New Orleans, and now things aren't going well in Denver.
One thing I'll say here is I've been seeing a little bit on Twitter. Does this make a Seattle trade down more likely with how much defensive talent is still on the board? I don't know. Like, could a team trade up and be like, yeah, we need Brian Thomas Jr. We think, you know.
Saints are going Fuega.
Okay. Wow.
Offensive tackle from Oregon State.
Wow. All the defensive players are going to be on the board.
Saints, their O-line was awful.
Yeah, really bad.
They needed some protection for Derek Carr.
One
Not a
worst
bad
in
pick.
football.
But it also tells me, too, we know the Seahawks have looked at trading down and all that. The Saints are listing offers there. Obviously, the market wasn't as good as they hoped. That doesn't make me feel great if Seattle is looking to trade down at 16.
Yeah,
if the Saints didn't like the offers they were getting.
Sportsbooks had the over-under on trades in the first round set 6.5. We have 1 so far.
Yeah, 1. That's it at this point. Fuega, number 3 offensive tackle, Pacific Northwest kid, grew up in Tacoma, played for the Beavers in the Pac-12 conference, I guess now the Pac-2. Great run blocker in an offense that really relied on their zone blocking scheme. Power you want with feet, can overset at times in pass protection. But you look at this Saints team that's had so many issues on their offensive line. This makes a ton of sense for the Saints to make this pick. Got 750 people watching. Sub for Dubs this season, folks. If you want the Seahawks to win a lot of football games, to start the Mike McDonald era on the right note, sub it up. Sub link going in the chat right now. Want to make sure you're a part of Seahawks Today and spin the wheel of subs as we continue to talk about your Seattle Seahawks.
Daily Seattle Seahawks videos.
An exciting season ahead.
We're live every week, and the Seattle Seahawks they're 1 pick away, man.
It's getting close. It's getting close. Dan the man.
Couple of super chats to roll through here.
Yes. Let's see.
5 from no one.
Update from Seahawks PR.
Uh-huh.
The Seahawks first-round pick will be announced by servicemen members stationed in South Korea. Not by Goodell.
That's very cool.
Very cool. No one says Raiders just stealing Bowers from Seattle. LA will not have a quarterback that can throw to him. Las Vegas, you mean? Yeah. It's a very good point. Him and Mayer together are going to be fun, but who's going to throw him the ball? Devin with a $10 super chat says, "Go Hawks. Go Hawks." Devin, we will add you to the raffle. Much appreciated to Devin Miller.
And you got to pour up a shot here as another Dan the Man comes in.
I thought Dan Miller was Dan the Man, but now we have another guy calling himself Dan the Man.
He might just be.
Drink more, says Dan from Cancun. We got Cancun Dan.
I like that.
I'm back, bitches.
I love that. Dan
Cheers.
from Cancun.
Cancun Dan, Dan the Man, cheers to you. I would love to go to Cancun. Haven't been since I was a kid. Need to go back. Thank you. Doom says.
Now it's guaranteed Seattle gets a top 3 D lineman, no
I
doubt
don't think
about
that's
it.
guaranteed. I think that they
They could trade down. Who knows?
there's a number of things they could do. Doom, thanks for that $2 super chat, my guy. Colts are on the clock. Seahawks will pick after them. I'm going to do another shot clock between now and the Seahawks pick. Every $5 super chat, I'm taking a shot. We are going to do this every $5 super chat. Here's your chance to put me through hell again because we had so much fun last time. Every $5 super chat. There's one from Trigger. Let's see how many. Before the Seahawks pick, now and then, every $5 super chat, I'm taking a shot. Smitty, let's get the chat fired up here.
The pick is we're 2 picks away. Then the chat we're getting a bunch of super chats, but the chat itself might be dying. It's a little quiet for my liking right now.
Wake up!
Wake up, chat! Wake up, chat! Spam S if you want a great pick from the Seahawks. Make this chat louder than Lumen Field. Let's get
Spam
after
S in the chat. We want to see as many S's as we can over this next minute. If you want the Seahawks to make a great pick, we want to hear you as if you're in Lumen Field right now. Smitty's going to shout out all the S's. Let's get this thing going. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
We got Juan Juarez. We got the 12s. We got John Smith. We got the man himself, Justin Reeder. Manny DR. Let's go. Keep it going, Doom. Keep it going, Pure Podcast. Keep it going, Devin. Nitsu. Manny. Mark Frieda. Devin. John Smith. Jake Ballard. What up, Jake? Gavin C. Caleb Tyzan. The 20s. Mark Frieda. Oh my God, the chat's exploding right now. The chat is absolutely on fire. Barry, you know what? Carl Truva, Doom. Jasper. No One. Angel P. Keep it going, chat. We're getting more people in here as the Seahawks pick nears closer.
30 seconds gone by. Keep going. Keep going.
Clock.
Faster.
Will Henny,
Faster.
Apollo, Dakota, Barry, Heem, excuse me. Keep it going. The chat is exploding. We might have our highest. David Martin, Narcissist, Apollo, Brian Peterson, Andre Sanders, Juan Juarez, Glocky, David, Nick Fury. What up, Nick Fury? Glad you're here. Nick Smith, Brian Peterson, Carl, Juan,
10 seconds.
Jimmy. Tons of super chats are flying. But I want to see more S's, Awesome-O. I want to see more Stacy, Alan, Jake, Luciano, Nardo Boy, Just in Time. Let's go. Let's go. You guys are killing it, man.
Nice work.
You set the chat record for tonight.
Oh, crushed it. Crushed it. Every $5 super chat between now and the Seahawks pick, we're taking a shot.
We got a couple of those coming in.
And we got several
The man
already.
himself with a 2.
Sweater Murphy, I'm calling it. We'll see. Certainly possible. Thank you, the man himself. Trigger, that's 1. So glad we didn't get Penix. Yeah.
I am kind of glad that is just like, we didn't even have the opportunity. So, like, if he ends up being legit, we just didn't. We weren't.
And you didn't give up something for him either. You didn't
Agreed.
mortgage the future.
Agreed. Trigger, that's a shot. John Smith, that's a shot.
2. Thank you, John.
Gordon Webb, that's a shot.
3. Okay.
Dan the Man.
No. I'm Dan the Man.
No, I'm Dan the Man.
So we got Dan the Man from Cancun, and then Dan Miller says, no, I'm Dan the Man.
That's 4 shots.
That's 4.
They seem to be responding to these
Yes.
these shot clocks.
Greeny
here.
with 2. Ivory, 2, yes.
2 shots, so we're at 6.
6.
But now we're at 8 with David Martin.
8. Oh.
And then 9 with Brian Porter. You better take some of these down now before we have to do this draft pick video here.
Yeah. David Martin. That's the name, right?
Yep.
Okay,
David
just
Martin.
adding to my list.
Yep, David Martin, you're on the list. Ivory Plays, you're on the list for the raffle.
All right. I'm going to pour it in the boot again.
Dude, you're ridiculous.
I know. There we go.
And who is your guy? Name a player you want Seattle to draft. The Colts, the pick is in. They took a long time here.
All right.
Seattle's up next, baby. Let's
Here we
go.
go. Here's about 8 or 9 shots.
Just about.
Ew. Ooh.
Dude, like, you're going to be on the floor. And then Glenn Moreno with a 10 as Tyler chugs it down. 808 people watching right now. If you're not subscribed, you're not alive. Here at Seahawks Today. Oh, the Colts pick is in.
Oh, I'm hurting. Colts are picking.
We don't know who they went with just yet, but we will in just a second. Wow.
First defensive player off the board.
Latu, who I kind of wanted to be a Seahawk. Wow, the Seahawks have the world at their fingertips at 16.
Here we go. Seahawks are on the clock. Will they trade down? Will they stay at 16? Seattle is on the clock. Sub for Seahawks dubs this season. If you're having a great time tonight, join us all season long here on Seahawks Today as we talk about your team each and every day. We'll be live again for rounds 4 through 7 on Saturday. Don't miss out on that. Sub link in the chat. Sub for Seahawks dubs all season long. What will the Seahawks do? Will they stay or will they trade? And if they stay, who will it be? Will they go offensive line? Will they go Byron Murphy? I'm going Dallas Turner.
You got to take Dallas Turner.
I'm going Dallas Turner. Dallas Turner. Let's get the chant going. Chat, repeat after me. Turner, 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 Turner,
We're on the
Turner.
clock. Spam those C's in the chat. I want to see Seattle. Are you ready?
Spam the C's. C's get degrees. Spam the C's.
C.
Hawks.
C.
Hawks.
C.
Hawks.
Come on.
You can't pass on Dallas Turner.
Can't pass on
you
Dallas
can't
Turner.
pass on Dallas Turner.
Oh, my God.
Turner. 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 Come on, John. Come on, John.
Make the pick, John.
Make the pick.
Make the fucking pick.
Make the pick.
Here we go.
Come on,
Spam
John.
those C's in the chat.
Come on, John.
Oh, my goodness, man.
Don't trade it. Go with Dallas Turner.
Keep spamming those C's.
This isn't difficult here. This isn't difficult. Just go with Dallas Turner.
Is there a reason maybe Dallas Turner might be falling here in this draft? I don't know, man. 5 minutes left on the clock for Seattle. I think they'll take every second that they have here to make the pick.
It's got to be Turner. Got to be Turner. Come on.
Oh, my goodness.
Come on.
We are on the clock.
Come on. Please. Please.
Picks made so far. Caleb Williams at 1. Jaden Daniels at 2. Drake May at 3, Marvin Harrison at 4, Joe Alt at 5, Malik Neighbors at 6. So relatively chalk for the first 6 picks.
And then it got crazy.
Then it got wild. J.C. Latham, not that crazy of a pick, but this is where it got ridiculous. Michael Penix at 8. So no Penix. No Penix for the Seahawks. Romo Dunze at 9, pairing up with Caleb Williams. Great draft so far for the Bears. J.J. McCarthy at 10. Olu Fashanu at 11 to the Jets. Bo Nix, another shocker, at 12 to the Broncos. Brock Bowers at 13 to the Raiders. Talisi Fuanga at 14 to the Saints. And Laiatu Latu at 15 to the Colts. The Seahawks have the world at their fingertips.
I keep hitting refresh. Give me Dallas Turner. Give me Dallas Turner.
You're watching the 2024 NFL Draft on Seahawks Today. Myself, Tyler Jones here hosting things for you.
Will it be Dallas Turner? Is this the pick? Are the Seahawks going to trade down? What is the move?
I mean, what is happening, man?
We're hitting the refresh. We're trying to see. Who will it be? Who will it be?
I'm freaking out.
Come on. Please be Dallas Turner. Please be Dallas Turner. Chat, say it with me. Turner, 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 Turner. We can't miss on this opportunity.
Now,
we got to capitalize right now.
Pretty Ricky is saying a spoiler alert for who Seattle's going to take, and that was 5 minutes ago. I don't know. But guys might like the pick.
Pretty Ricky?
Yeah, Pretty Ricky.
I don't see that comment.
No, not a comment.
Oh.
You know, Pretty Ricky, the NFL insider, that is a faceless man.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Will it be Dallas Turner? I sure hope it is.
Oh, my goodness.
Please be. Please be. Please be Dallas Turner. By the way, folks, shot sale still continues. $5 shots until the Seahawks make their pick. The pick is in. We're still waiting. Still waiting for official word.
Glenn says Troy Fountainu.
We want Dallas Turner here. Please be Dallas Turner. Please. We have suffered enough already this offseason having to deal with the Sam Howell trade. Craig Bell says they're not trading down. The pick is in. Byron Murphy is the pick. Byron Murphy. I can live with that. That's fine. I can live with that. Jordan Schultz just reported. It's in. The pick is in. The Seattle Seahawks going with Byron Murphy, defensive tackle from the University of Texas. How about that? Byron Murphy. Let's grade the pick right now. Byron Murphy. What do you guys think? I like Byron Murphy a lot. Would I prefer Dallas Turner? Sure. But I'm not complaining at all because this puts the Seahawks out of their misery for what has been a problem with the interior of the defensive line for the last several years. And they get a complete football player at this position. A guy that is incredible when it comes to stopping the run. He can take on double teams well. A very good pass rusher as well. Still coming into his own as a football player. This, to me, I really like for the Seahawks a lot. The scouting report, good burst and motor with impressive quickness for his size. Natural leverage, does not get pushed out of gaps. The way I described him a couple of weeks ago was he really just takes no prisoners. Nobody is going to be in his way. He is going to go through offensive linemen. We heard from Mike McDonald say that he wants to build a wall on this defense and make offenses pay for it. And if you're wanting to build a wall with this defense, that's a barrier right there. That is a brick-by-brick piece to get this thing started on the right foot of building this defense, going Byron Murphy here. Good build with a thick lower half, shoots his hands straight, hard to move, solid against double teams, stops his feet on contact. I told you guys this a couple weeks ago. If he was the pick, nobody should complain about it. Nobody should complain about it. This is a solid pick. This solves a crisis that has plagued this Seahawks team for a very long time. And you have your guy. You have your difference maker. I'm going A. I love this pick for Seattle. A, B, C, D, or F. Grade the pick. I'm all in. I'm all in on Byron Murphy with the pick. I'm going to go ahead and get a short on our Seahawks channel. You guys are going to see me do this live in real time. And then we're going to do our instant reaction cut as well, which will go on our Seahawks channel in just a bit. So stay tuned for all of that as we react to Byron Murphy, the Seahawks selection at 16 overall. I'm a fan of this pick. Get your grades in. A, B, C, D, or F. Poll question right now, 41% of you saying A. 37% say B. 10% say C. 12% say D. Byron Murphy headed to the Seattle Seahawks with the pick. Let's go ahead and break it down right now. Get you my live instant reaction. This is a short that's going on our Seahawks Today YouTube channel. We'll bring this to you right now. 3, 2, and 1. Our long national nightmare is over. The Seattle Seahawks have finally found their interior defensive lineman. Byron Murphy out of the University of Texas is the selection at 16 overall. We heard Mike McDonald say they want to build a wall on this defense, and they have found quite the base layer for this wall with Byron Murphy. He can stop the run. He can take on double teams well. He shoots his hands straight. He's hard to move. He stops his feet on contact. This is a special football player and solves a big need for Seattle. I love the pick. Let me know what you guys think. Seattle drafting Byron Murphy. Let us know. Subscribe now to Seahawks Today for more Seahawks coverage. There we go. So that's our short that's going on the channel in just a bit. But I love this for Seattle at 16. What do you guys think? Byron Murphy. This is great. This is a great number. This is fantastic. I am thrilled for Seattle to be going Byron Murphy here. We'll have full analysis here in just a moment. I'm going to upload this video to the channel. And then we're going to do our full instant reaction cut here in just a bit. Awesome pick. Just an awesome pick for the Seattle Seahawks. Going Byron Murphy here. Grade the pick. A, B, C, D, or F. What do you guys think of Byron Murphy? This is fantastic. I am so thrilled. I am so thrilled. This defense, folks. Man, you got some pieces. Devin Witherspoon, Reek Woolen, Byron Murphy. I mean, this is a special group we're talking about here. And one of the best defensive minds in football. And Mike McDonald calling the shots here. This is going to be fun. This is going to be very, very fun, folks. Okay. Now I'm getting this video on the channel. You can see these things happen in real time. I'm updating the title on the YouTube stream, too. Okay. Byron Murphy, the Seahawks pick, graded A, B, C, D, or F. Let us know. Byron Murphy to Seattle. I'm excited. I am excited. Ecstatic. Okay. Seahawks draft Byron Murphy. Vikings moved up to get Dallas Turner. So they found their Danielle Hunter replacement. I like that for Minnesota. Let's see what they gave up. So Dallas Turner goes 17. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's talk more about Byron Murphy. Yeah. Remember, the Seahawks had a pre-draft visit with Byron Murphy, so they're very familiar with him. I pulled up my own notes on Murphy, too, so we'll make that work. Yeah. Cool. All right. Let's react to Byron Murphy, head of the Seattle Seahawks. Let's go. Yes. We got our guy. Byron Murphy, head of the Seattle Seahawks. Our complete breakdown is coming up right now here on Seahawks Today, as we'll go fully in depth on the player the Seattle Seahawks are getting with the number 16 overall pick. Defensive tackle from the University of Texas, headed to Seattle. We talked about him quite a bit. Just about. All right. Yep, I'm ready. Here we go, folks. Byron Murphy breakdown right now here on Seahawks Today. It was a wild first night of the 2024 NFL Draft, and the Seattle Seahawks found their guy. With the 16th overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Seahawks selected Byron Murphy, defensive tackle from the University of Texas. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us here on this edition of Seahawks Today, breaking down the pick of Byron Murphy. I love this pick of Byron Murphy. The draft board worked out very well for Seattle, with offensive players selected one after another to begin this draft, which put them in position to pick almost any defensive player they wanted. And then they find themselves with Murphy. Remember last year, a lot of criticism the Seahawks took for not taking Jalen Carter with that number 5 overall pick, passing on him, letting him go to Philadelphia, and taking Devin Witherspoon. A year later, they get that interior defensive lineman that they were looking for. I know Tom Downey's got him as the number 2 defensive tackle in this draft. I have him as the number 1 defensive tackle. You got the best defensive tackle in this draft as far as I'm concerned. And you got a guy that can do it all. Not only can he go after the quarterback, but maybe even more importantly, he's very good against the run. And what has been the number 1 issue that has plagued the Seattle Seahawks defense over the last several years? It's been stopping the run. They've been killed when it comes to teams and their rushing attack. You bring in a guy like Byron Murphy, and that's going to fix a lot of issues for this Seahawks team when it comes to stopping the run. And you talk about his ability. This is somebody that can take on double teams well. He's got a good build with a thick lower half, shoots his hand straight. He is hard to move. And what did we hear Mike McDonald say when he was asked about what they want to do with this defense? the identity of the Seahawks defense going forward. He said, we want to build a wall with this defense. You want to build a wall and make opposing offenses pay for it, right? You bring in Byron Murphy, and if you're laying a foundation for a wall, something that's going to be hard to move, that you're not going to be able just to climb over overnight, Byron Murphy is your guy to be that tone setter, to be that building block for the wall of what the Seahawks want to do with this defense. I love the pick for the Seahawks. Folks, we are growing rapidly here on Seahawks Today as we are on track to try to reach our next milestone, 52,000 subscribers here on the channel. Help us reach that next mark. Got to get to 51.5. Then we'll get to 52 after that for the latest happenings in your favorite team all off-season long. Your off-season headquarters, your draft headquarters. We'll break it down every pick as it happens in real time here on the channel. Subscribe now to Seahawks Today. Never miss a moment. We got you covered. We'll be live on Saturday. We'll see you then. The scouting report from our own Tom Downey when it comes to Byron Murphy. Good burst and motor with impressive quickness for his size. His size, by the way, 6'2", 97 to be exact. Natural good leverage, doesn't get pushed out of his gaps, can be a step slow to react to plays at times. The burst, really good. Even the trigger can lack sometimes. He doesn't get pushed out of gaps a ton. Quickness, very impressive, especially when he's coming in on those slants. And he tested as well as expected. Really good to be exact. With a 4.88 40, 33-inch vertical, 903 broad jump. His pro day was great as well with a 7.5 3-cone and a 4.5 shuttle. Natural good leverage. The bad on him, he can be a quarter step slow to react. He can get knocked down to the ground versus doubles. Was asked to play some nose guard reps. He won't have to do that as much in the NFL, was kind of the thought process going into this draft. We'll see exactly how the Seahawks decide to do. But pretty heavy rotational piece for the Seahawks. Or for the University of Texas, rather, was about 306 at his pro day was the weight he was at. We'll see what the Seahawks have in mind as far as his size goes. The Athletic's Dane Brugler had this to say about Byron Murphy heading into the draft. Murphy doesn't have ideal length, but his rare combination of lower body twitch, natural leverage, and power throughout his frame sets him apart. Projects as an impact starter who can play nose or three techniques similar to Grady Jarrett. First round grade, number 16 overall. And where did Byron Murphy get picked? 16th overall. So how about that? The Seahawks get their guy, Byron Murphy, with that 16th overall pick there to take care of that necessary need when it comes to the defensive line. How would you grade the pick of Byron Murphy? Let us know what you think. A, B, C, D, or F. I know the Seahawks had plenty of options when it came to that 16th pick. Trading down or a plethora of defensive players, maybe interior offensive line. Plenty of different options to go with. But ultimately, they go with Byron Murphy here. What do you think? A, B, C, D, or F? Let us know in the comments section. I'm going A. I liked Dallas Turner a lot, but I don't think you could have gone wrong with Byron Murphy with this pick. Grade it for me and let us know in the comments section. Today's show sponsored by Game Time. Game Time, the place to go for the best seats and the lowest prices guaranteed, whether you're looking for tickets to sporting events, concerts, theater productions, comedy shows, and more. Game Time has got you covered. Prices drop as the event gets closer. The lowest prices guaranteed. You pick the event you want to go to. They got the prices listed, and then from there, you choose the seat you want, see if you like it or not, might stumble upon a flash deal, and then within a matter of moments, you're checking out, whether it's with Apple Pay, Google Pay, Venmo, all major credit card providers. Game Time has got it all. And if you need a little extra incentive, folks, we're offering you $20 off your first purchase when you use the promo code ChatSports. That's right, $20 off, promo code ChatSports at checkout. Download Game Time today. Terms and conditions do apply. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. Download Game Time today. You will be glad you did. All right, so I got a couple more notes that I want to touch on when it comes to Byron Murphy. Let me read you this from Phil Yates of ESPN. This was back on April 15th, so about 10 days ago. Phil Yates said this, connecting Byron Murphy to Seattle. Seattle needs to hammer the interior of the defensive line at some point early in the draft. And Murphy is the best defensive tackle in the class. He is explosive as a pass rusher, and he plays with power, torque, and leverage in the run game. Matt Miller of ESPN had this to say as far as the fit goes for Byron Murphy in Seattle. The hiring of Mike Macdonald as a coach shifted how we view the Seahawks' needs. But one constant has been defensive tackle. The Seahawks re-signed Leonard Williams in free agency, but sources with the team reiterated to me this week that the number 16 is the floor for the Texas defensive tackle Byron Murphy II. Murphy's first step quickness and power are ideal in the three technique position, which would boost the interior pass rush skills of this defense. So it's interesting. The Seahawks have basically had their eyes on Byron Murphy for a while. Remember, they had a pre-draft visit with Byron Murphy as well. So this is somebody that's caught their eye, that fits what Mike Macdonald is wanting to do, that fills a big need. And one thing I want to bring up in all this as well, one discussion that we've had a lot over the last few weeks in the pre-draft stuff when it came to the Seattle Seahawks in this next era after Pete Carroll, would the Seahawks draft approach change? Would John Schneider go with best available, or would he preference needs? And traditionally speaking, John Schneider was more of a best available type guy, right? Well, what you've done here with this pick of Byron Murphy is you've done both. You went with arguably the best defensive player remaining in this draft, and you took care of the biggest need on your defense as well. So you killed two birds with one stone going with Byron Murphy here. So I love the pick. I think it's a great move. I want to know, what's your one-word reaction to the Seahawks drafting Byron Murphy? My one word is relieved. I mean, how long have we talked about this issue when it's come to the interior of the defensive line and specifically stopping the run? Not to mention he is a good pass rusher. I just feel relieved. I feel like I can sleep at night now after this pick. The rest of the weekend should be easy now. You got the guy you needed. I feel great. Give me your one-word reaction. Let us know. We are not done with draft coverage here on Seahawks Today. We're just getting started. A busy weekend ahead. Subscribe now. Join us for our live coverage on Wednesday. We will see you then. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us here on Seahawks Today. All right. So, that was our instant reaction cut. That'll be going up on our Seahawks channel, our YouTube page, here in just a bit. Now that I'm done with that, jacket's going back off again. Smitty, now that we've been through all that and kind of had a chance to breathe for a second.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, baby. Let's go. We got a run stopper. We got a man in the middle.
What's kind of your thoughts right now?
It was a position of need. Schneider went position of need, but I also think he might have went highest player on his board here at 16. I love the pick of Byron Murphy. Yeah, man. I think this is a good, solid selection. It could have been Dallas Turner, but Dallas Turner is also a guy who needs a little bit of work. He is a raw prospect. His ceiling is super high. I believe the floor on Byron Murphy is higher. I also believe the ceiling is high for him as well. I really love the way that the Seattle defense is coming along.
You know, with as well as Devin Witherspoon played last year, doesn't this make last year feel a lot better at passing on Jalen Carter?
I 100%.
I feel relieved tonight.
I feel relieved. With how good Devin Witherspoon's been, with how good JSN's been, they didn't go first round D tackle last year. They went D tackle this year. This is electric. I'm very, very, very happy. Now, I will say, we've missed a couple of picks, obviously.
Yes.
As this draft has really speeded up here over the last couple of hours.
Yeah, let's catch up on the picks we just missed. Rams are about to pick right
Rams
now.
are about to pick. Which pick are they?
19.
Okay. Now, they didn't trade up from 19.
No, this is their original pick.
So, obviously,
Turner
Dallas
went to Minnesota at
went
17.
to Minnesota. The
Mims went to the
Bengals
Bengals at 18,
go with Amarius Mims.
which they needed offensive tackle help. Made sense for the Bengals. And it looks like the Rams are going Jared Verse, the edge rusher out of Florida State, with this next pick.
Well, I would have liked for Seattle, but we have a lot of edges on this team.
Yeah. I like Jared Verse. Good football player. He'll do well with the
picks
Rams.
we've missed, Dallas Turner, Amarius Mims, and Jared Verse.
All right.
Let's go through all the picks so far.
Did you pay off the beer shotgun you owed?
No, I did not. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm
I
just
did,
checking.
Yeah, I did, yeah,
Just
of course.
checking. I know I owe some more shots.
Yeah, we'll get through those as well. Let's go through the top picks that we've gone through so far. I'm pumped up for Byron Murphy, man. That gets me pumped.
I'm going to do another shot boot for better or for worse. And we'll catch up on more super chats here in just a bit. Did Dan the Man send in a 50 while we were in the cut?
Oh, no way. I did not see that.
He did. Let's
Let's look at some super chats.
go to some super chats. Dan, we were in the cut, so I didn't see it. But we'll pull it up right now.
Oh, bear with me, folks.
Oh, fun night tonight.
Great night. So Jared Verse goes to the Rams at 19. So
Jared Verse to the Rams at 19. It's official. Good pick for LA.
on the clock now are the Pittsburgh Steelers. Couple of super chats.
Steelers go Brian Thomas here.
That would make sense. That would definitely make sense. Greeny started us off with
Greeny
a 5.
with a 5. Thank you, Greeny. Is that Mike Greenberg?
Could it be Greeny?
Thank you, Greeny, for that 5. James.
I love
Bro.
what James has to say here.
In the last 2 drafts, we go number 1 corner, number 1 wide receiver, number 1 defensive tackle, smart picks. John's doing a great job. John has, remember, he had a cold stretch where he was struggling in drafts.
Mm-hmm.
And
Ever
he's
since
turned a corner the last few years.
2022, because did they not have one in 2021? I don't believe they did because of the Jets and Jamal Adams trade.
And think about this, 2022, Charles Cross wasn't the number 1 offensive tackle coming out, but he's looked a hell of a lot better than Evan Neal.
Oh, my God. He's looked miles better than Evan Neal. The Seahawks lucked out with a pick like that.
So, yes, credit where credit's due. John's done a good job. Thank you, James. Dan the Man, as we battle between the Dans.
Dan
Who is the real Dan the
Dan
Man?
from Cancun.
He's Dan from Cancun. He hasn't earned the title Dan the Man. Shout out to my son, Jamie. Shout out to Jamie. Thanks for watching. To Dan and Jamie. And then, from Dan Mel, you don't have... It's not loading? I see it at the top of the chat. I wonder if that was a while ago and it's still up there. Okay, yeah, that's from a while ago. Never mind. Okay. Thank you all. Dan the Man, cheers to you and your son. For better or for worse, I'll drink what's left of this.
Oh, my God. He did another boot of shots? Dude.
Yeah.
Dude. Come on. Caleb Williams,
I'm
number
going to
1.
regret this.
Jaden Daniels, number 2. Drake May, number 3. Marvin Harrison goes 4. And then the draft got a little wild. Joel at 5, who many people thought that J.J. McCarthy would be traded up for in this scenario, did not go down. Malik Neighbors to the Giants. We got J.C. Latham to the Titans at 7. Michael Penix, a shocker, at number 8 to the Falcons. Rome Odunze at 9 to the Chicago Bears. J.J. McCarthy traded up for, but not by much. Just one selection, up to 10 to the Minnesota Vikings. Olu Fashanu there at 11 to the Jets. Bo Nix, another shocker, at 12 to the Broncos. Brock Bowers pairing up with Michael Mayer, in Las Vegas. Talisi Fuanga, the tackle from Oregon State, heading to New Orleans. Laiatu Latu, the first defensive player off the board, there at 15 to the Colts. And then Seattle, obviously, taking Byron Murphy there at 16. And a little bit of a run for defensive players there. 3 in a row as Dallas Turner heads to Minnesota at 17. Jared Verse at 19. But then another offensive tackle snuck in there at pick 18 to the Bengals. Steelers on the clock now at 20.
Yeah, we'll see what the Steelers do here. Plenty of options. All right, so here's where we're at. Smitty and I have a long night ahead. We have plenty of more stuff to do. We got more content on the channel coming as well, so stay tuned for that.
And look at the Steelers taking the Seattle mock guy. Troy Fautanu.
Okay.
They needed help on the O-line as well. Dolphins on the clock at 21.
Not a bad pick for Pittsburgh. I don't hate it at all for them.
They needed help on the O-line.
Yeah.
Got to get Russ some protection, eh?
All right. So here's what we'll do. I'm going to put 5 minutes on the clock.
Okay.
We are $200 away from another boot.
Oh, my goodness. If we get there?
We'll do this. If we get $200 collectively in the next 5 minutes, we'll do the boot. We'll stay live for a little bit.
Yeah.
Keep the show going a little while. If not, we'll sign off. We'll call it a night.
Yeah.
5 minutes on the clock, $200 collectively. And while we're waiting for that, we could do this raffle. I got the names. Where do you want me to send it?
Send it to me on Slack.
Okay. 5 minutes on the clock. We get $200 collectively. Show will continue. And we'll do a boot. $200. That's the number. See if we can make it happen. Yeah, I like this pick. I feel good tonight. I feel relieved more than anything.
That's to my own horn. I did call Byron Murphy in Seattle. It wasn't on camera. Well, actually, I did eventually confirm it on camera. And I said it to Tyler before, and I said it to my buddy. I was running mock drafts last night, and I said that the gun to my head, Seattle's taking Byron Murphy, and they did. I'm excited, man. He's a good player. Really good player.
I feel excited. It's a good move. It's a good move.
Let's go, man.
1 minute gone by. We get $200 in the next 4 minutes. We'll stay live, and we'll do another boot.
They haven't announced the Steelers pick yet, but it is confirmed Troy Fautanu.
I'll be honest. I'm glad that I never have to say his name ever again. We don't have to worry about how to pronounce Fautanu or whatever it is.
Byron Murphy is very phonetical.
Byron Murphy, very easy. I am relieved. I am very relieved. Byron Murphy selected by the Seattle Seahawks. Oh. So, with the Seahawks, I think Murphy's got a chance to beat out Jaron Reed and start day one.
I don't think that this necessarily has much of an effect on Jaron Reed other than potentially moving him to defensive end in that 3-4 technique.
Yeah?
So I think you have your defensive ends now in – now you know who this hurts the most is Draymond Jones. Because Jaron Reed and Leonard Williams are going to play the 3 technique now for Seattle. And now Byron Murphy's going to be there over the nose. So Seattle's D-line's looking a lot better than it did just a year ago.
So
the $5 super chat coming in.
Our lads is projecting Draymond Jones, Byron Murphy, Leonard Williams, your starting D-line.
So they have Jaron Reed being the rotation guy?
Jaron Reed, Hankins, and Mike Morris rotating.
I don't hate that, man. That's a good defensive front.
Yeah.
And then you got, obviously, the edge guys. Uchenna Nwosu coming off injury.
And Boye Mafe.
Boye Mafe as well. I love it. Troy Fautanu, however you want to say it, goes to Pittsburgh at 20. And Thrilla saying, let's go, Smitty. I called Byron too. Even wrote it on a couple episodes. Great call. Go Hawks. Love you, Thrilla.
Let's
we
go.
appreciate you, my man.
Let's go. Thriller, thanks for that $5 super chat.
So
Much
we're
appreciated.
$195 away if you guys want to get
$195
if you guys want to get a little crazy.
from a boot and keeping the show live. We're down to a final minute.
Miami has not picked yet. Their pick is, they're still on the clock.
Yeah. We and that Ravens pick will be sooner than we know it, too. Like, we'll breathe for a second, and then it'll be time for, let me answer this message from DK here real quick. Oh, video's out already. Beautiful. Good work, DK. All right, clock winding down. Folks, been a fun night. Been a pleasure to be here with you. Been a lot of fun tonight. Smitty, we're far from over this weekend. Going to have all sorts of videos tomorrow on the channel. We're going to be live again coming up on Saturday as well. So stay tuned for that. Folks, thanks for being here with us. For Tyler Smith, I'm Tyler Jones. This has been Chat Sports' live coverage of the NFL Draft on Seahawks Today. Stay tuned. More to come later on tonight, tomorrow as well, live again on Saturday. Have a great night, everybody. Go Hawks.